imagine. Better cool on your faction. Ready for the curtain call, lights, camera, action.
Well, hello and welcome back to the 2024 Lifesaving World Championships at Currawong Beach on the beautiful Gold Coast of Queensland, Australia. Ty Dowker here with Courtney Hancock. And Courtney, it's day two, but it's finals time. It's a finals package. It's session 2 of day 2, where the cream comes to fore for the National World Youth Championships. And what about these spectacles here? And what a great day and a half it's been thus far.
Oh, it has so far, hasn't it? Now we work into those finals in the afternoon. We've seen all the heats this morning, and I tell you what, the competition is looking hot, and they are going to be ready to go. They've had a couple of hours break, had their lunch, really settled in, and now also we spoke about the weather this morning. That wind is now kicked in.
Yeah, we have the events coming up, and we'll start off with, these are straight finals. So points at the premium, 20 points for a win, 18, 16, 14, an individual, women's board race, male board race, surf ski. Really looking forward to that one, the males and the females. The open men beach relay, the board rescues in there as well, tube rescue, beach flags, and wrapping up with the Ocean M shape Lifesaver relay. A great fitting to what's been a great 2 days of ocean racing. And the crowd is building, but also the elements in the ocean are starting to change as well. I can see in the background there a little bit of the north. We see the white caps, the northeast wind starting to pick up as well, which will throw a little bit of a more dimension to the open water events as well. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a little bit more challenging for the athletes out in the ocean this afternoon. And certainly you've still got that long sandbank run out. There might even be a few potholes that are hanging around there, but will certainly be very tricky. And we saw the flags earlier this morning. Those athletes would have a little bit of fatigue running through their body. They have done so many round after round after round. But as we look on screen now, everyone, we have the youth women's board race straight up.
And we saw this morning as well the different colours and the different nations going on, and what a great spectacle. Well, this is it. The cream of the crop is up and about. A big welcome to those with us on YouTube and live stream right around the world, actually. It's probably coming mornings in some country, going to night in other countries as well. And we've seen a great display. Even close to the camera there, we can see that of Ireland, also in camera there as well, Japan. We've got Australia there in the mix as well. But we run from closest to camera away. So that's Ledane from Ireland, Atsuda there from Japan, Hackers, and look at the crowd building as well. France, Great Britain, New Zealand, Spain, France again. Look out for the young girl from in the front and centre there from France as well, of Nikita, off to a great start earlier this morning, and also a great start as well. So here we go. It's the Open Female Youth board race final. Quality field, negotiating that shore break, which was a challenge this morning as well, wasn't it, Courtney?
Yeah, we definitely saw this morning just the north to the south is a little bit different. And we just see on the northern side, we've got a couple of the Australian girls there, which would be Lani and Jasmine. They actually had more of a sandbar, so that's why you've seen the northern side be a bit quicker. They did a little bit of bunny hopping through their board and popped on, rather than the south side actually paddled through, so it was a bit quicker on that northern side.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch at the moment from the Australian girls. That's Raywood there on that of the green, and the looks like the pink. She normally carries pink, was more of an orange. Left-hand side of her heading out, just tucked in second position. Now, that's Lani Waller. Now, she took out the Australian under-19 board race over that of Jasmine Raywood only a matter of about 6 months ago. A phenomenal board paddler. And now you can see Waller starts to get up on the knees and dominate her strength and the power of knee paddling. Raywood decides to lie down. So decision time here, obviously the wind's up a little bit more resistance. Probably comfort more so for Raywood at the moment. But Lani Waller, Australia 1-2, looking good.
Yeah, these conditions really suit Lani and Jasmine. They do go up on their knees when they're paddling, but because they're younger, they actually do stick on their belly a fair bit. So this will be perfect for them with that nor'easter coming through. It's actually, as you said before, a little bit safer. You can actually pick a little bit more pace up on that belly, and obviously you can see all the competitors right now. They're getting slapped across their chest, and that's that easterly coming through.
Yeah, well, the cream comes to the fore, doesn't it? Raywood comes around. She took out the Ocean Woman event yesterday. Tucked in behind her, we said Lani Waller in position 2. So the race 1 paddleboard there. You can see Raywood in 1, Waller in 2. Tucked in behind is Great Britain. Now, that's a great story. So Great Britain, Charlotte Hart in 3rd place. Actually trains with Jasmine Raywood in position 1 down the road at Burleigh underneath the Michael King and his kingdom there. So it's a great little battle at the moment. Then we go back to, we can see looks like France tucked up there. I'd probably say that's Nikita there in France. And also we got Shotter there as well from New Zealand, but it's all Australia at the moment. Raywood, look at the determination of the young girl from Australia out in front and making every post a winner.
And you just see Charlotte get up on her knees there, really trying to work those little bumps, but this is where the race is going to be run and won. You can see on screen now that beautiful drone shot, just all the little bumps that are on offer. So if you can really
look at this. Look at this. Sorry to cut in there, Corey. This is unbelievable. We spoke about this earlier. The drop-in tide is really going to open up that back bank. Shot has come up, and I'd say that's Nikita there from France. All of a sudden, she's pulled onto this Raywood. That's a phenomenal effort down the bottom of screen by Jasmine Raywood.
That was amazing. You actually saw Lani next to her. She actually fell off the side and couldn't get down there. But Jasmine Raywood, she has just done such an incredible effort. Not only was she out in front, she actually got those girls come from behind, and that is a true champion right there.
Oh, wow, what a performance. To turn that frown upside down, all of a sudden, you can see the excitement because she put herself in the right position, and it's the luck of the ocean. That's what we love about surf sports. All of a sudden, she saw them come from behind, but the work of Raywood to pick up that swell in the deeper water was nothing but sensational.
Oh, that was fantastic. We see it looks like Great Britain and France coming through there. They're going to have a tussle for that second and third. It's going to come down to the judges. Be really interesting to now see. We had Charlotte and also Lani coming through there. New Zealand might come in, or just look at that camera, come in for 4th there. So all these points are on offer, and I think the boys will be looking on at these girls and getting a little bit nervous, I think, after seeing that wave come through.
Yeah, we will pick up the replay on that a little bit later on, and what a performance, because that's the context of surf sports racing, the elements and the luck of the surf. Look at the battle here in the back marks as well. Points are premium at the moment. Looks like New Zealand coming in for another position there. See Ireland working very, very hard as well. Another strong performance, and right at the back, look at this. You're looking at 3, 6, 7, 8, all going for points in the final at the moment. 16 went in. Points up for grabs, 20 for first, 18 for second, 16, 14 down to 1. France coming in, exchanging some more points. America pushing hard. Tight finish for America and Spain there as well. Oh, what a performance. But I think the smile and the raise of the finger says it all. And down the beach with Grant Botter, I should say with Grant, is Jasmine Raywood.
Thanks, Ty. Jasmine, let's start from the start there. We saw you warming up there with your headphones on. You were in the zone when you were practicing that start. Is that a tactic to get right in the zone?
Well, I think it's a balance. Like, I knew that I'd have a bit of time before the race, and I know that board is my worst leg, and I knew that I really had to give it everything. And then it is a bit of a tactic, so when you see the other girls aren't warming up and they're sort of trying to save their own a bit more, and then for them to see me warming up more, and then I feel like I'm going to race better. So it's a whole host of things, but I felt good going into that race. So
and you got a flyer of a start. You got out there in front and you dominated the race, but it was almost like Ali Day, like the way you handled when you came down in those wave area. I don't know whether you realise, but it was 3 or 4 girls that caught a wave over to the right hand side. You were in dead water.
Yeah, I saw that, and the worst thing you can do when you're in those sort of moments is freak out. Sometimes I am guilty of that, but luckily I held my head, and I just knew that even though maybe I wasn't on my knees in those sort of conditions, I am good on my stomach, and I had the stability to be able to just keep racing and not be affected by the wind like some of the other girls might have been, and I was able to just push down that wave. And honestly, I just saw that moment and I was like, either I take this or I'm going to get run down, because my running is not that fast. So I'm just so happy.
Congratulations, Jasmine. It just shows there, Ty and Courtney, how important it is and how much these team events mean to everyone. Back to you in the booth.
Yeah, great job, Grant, and also to Jasmine as well. What a performance. Look at the replay here. And she really set this race up, Cordy, right from the word go. We talked about the importance of the speed off the beach, and that's Raywood 5 from the right-hand side. Really set up nice and early.
And as we heard in her interview just before, she really took time to warm up. And I love that she did that, because the reason is they had a couple of hours off, they had their lunch, and coming back into, you can feel a little bit sluggish, and we see it here. She got herself out in front. She's going to get on to those runners first, and you could tell she really wanted it.
Yeah, put herself in the right position, but this is it. This was the danger. I love the work, second from the bottom here, Raywood. Look at the increase in rating to push over that. That is, you've been in that position before. It's very, very challenging, isn't it, to pick up that dead water wave?
This is very challenging. You see time and time again that the front runner actually misses that because they don't have that momentum coming through from the back, and you saw her with
Love
the
the
smile,
climb.
hand up in the air. But the one thing I really love about Jazzy, she shows her emotion, and she's one of my favourite people to listen to after a race. She's so raw and real, and you really heard that, how much it means to her.
Could not agree more. She puts her heart on her sleeve, Jasmine Raywood. And let's put this in context as well. She won the surf race yesterday, won the Ocean Woman yesterday as well, has won the board race, and her favourite discipline, ski, coming up. It is now the male youth board final, super quality field. The sparks are about to fly here. Look out for Great Britain, be up early with Beaumont as well. He had a phenomenal semi-final. Jaden Beaumont for Great Britain. And far left-hand side, he's been hit at the moment, and that is Ethan Callahan. He's a phenomenal board putter as well. But off to a great start, we see now Callahan find some green water. Right-hand side, Great Britain. We spoke about a Beaumont there as well. And the flying Frenchman, I think, tucked on the right-hand side, off to a great start with Simpson from Australia.
I really like the looks of that northern side there, as we saw a few of the athletes out there, the French competitor doing really, really well. So it just shows you how good Ethan Callahan is on the worst side of the start line, and he's now almost out in front.
Yeah, picked up a little waves on the short break in front of him, but stay composed, negotiated that. The other thing I love about on the right-hand side here of Callahan, we spoke about his long levers. He's quite a tall man. He's probably about 6'1", 6'2". He's doubles professional Ironman through the ranks many years ago from Western Australia, the western side of Australia as well. I reckon he gets all his ability from his mother. But look at him go at the moment, long levers. Simpson now moves up on the outside. That's an interesting move from Simpson. Obviously, the inside is the place you want to be, but I love the start of the boy from France, of Nicholas, the Frenchman of Nicholas, now up into third place with Great Britain of Beaumont in fourth.
Yeah, it's really tight, especially going to see this coming around the cans now. We've got a couple in that Indian file going out there, but as you can see, Ethan, like Jasmine did before, if you turn around that can first and get on those runners, you're going to be very, very hard to catch.
Yeah, that's really important. That's why I thought Simpson might have just tucked in behind that of Callahan and conserved. This is where they'll really start to open up. Look at the increase in rating now on the left-hand side of Callahan. He lies down, the stroke rate increase as well. They've broken away 1 and 2 of Simpson and that of Callahan from Australia leading. Big move now from Great Britain and French. The Nicholas from France as well up into third place. But let's look at the guys. He is the number one ocean man for his age, under 19 in the world at the moment, Callahan. Let's look at how he works the ocean, gassing on and gassing off.
It'll be really interesting where they go, because the girls' event just before them, it was actually just to the north where those we had France and also Great Britain come down through on that wave. You see Ethan, he's going with the runners. He's taken that southern side. So hopefully he's done the work. He deserves to pick something up, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah, he's super fit at the moment. Get the opportunity to see him train day in and day out, and this typifies this. And it's the ability to work with the ocean. You want to work with the grain, not against the grain. And that's a perfect exhibition of board paddling and chasing swirls, wind swirls, mind you, on the way back to the beach. I think it'll beat him now will be waves. So what about a setup? What about the ability to come home there from Ethan Callahan?
Yeah, he just looks phenomenal out there. You know, I don't think I've seen him, apart from being around the cans, on his belly once. So he's made the most of being up on his knees. He did really well into the chop on his knees as well. And he's got those long legs, and he's now home and hosed. He's done that absolutely perfection, and he deserves the win. He led from the front.
And like Jasmine as well, he's one of the nicest young, Jasmine being female, but Ethan being male, one of the nicest young guys, most level-headed gentleman coming through in terms of sport, and with a huge career there. He loves the claim as well. That's back-to-back for Australia. Great little battle here. Simpson, big move from South Africa in third. I think Simpson may get legs. South Africa fighting back, won't get there for second. It's a 1-2 punch, 38 points maximum for Australia. South Africa there in third. Beaumont tucks in there in fourth for Great Britain as well. But what a battle. The intensity has lifted.
It certainly is a battle, and it is a really long run leg as well, not only at the start, so it's more of a board run for the athletes. And as we said before, their second day of racing, they've been going hard every single race since yesterday morning at 8 a.m. So you can imagine those calves, those legs, they're burning. It just shows how fit these athletes are backing up. And not only that, these competitors still have 5-6 more races to go throughout the whole day.
That's today, and then into the pool rescue tomorrow and the day after as well. So
don't forget that.
And then into club next week. So what a great views. The drone shots here from the Big Voice team. Phenomenal spectacle of what Queensland and the Gold Coast is all about. And you can see the facial expressions and just repaying a little bit of oxygen debt for the South African team. But let's go down the beach now with our winner, Ethan Callahan.
Thanks, Ty. I've actually got first and I think second as well. Nicolas from France there. What a phenomenal performance.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy to be second place. It's like a victory for me. And it's Good, very good.
You could see your French teammates behind you going ballistic as you were coming into the break. Did you look around and go, wow, this is amazing?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Ethan, and what about you? Another victory off to the start there. Probably not the start you wanted, but you knew you were on that southern side. You just continue to work hard and rate up going out through the break.
Oh, definitely. The start was definitely the most important part of the race, and I definitely tried to put myself up there. So then, as soon as you can turn that can, you can just get on those runs and just get straight to the beach as quick as possible. And then that's what I did as I came in. I just traced the runs as hard as I could, and yeah, I came in first, which is what I wanted.
And you were happy to go with the flow there. You were happy to go with the runners on the way. And you would have seen Jasmine got into a little bit of hole down into the south, but you just continued at it and continued to work hard and rate up.
Yeah, it's definitely quicker to run than it is to paddle out there. So definitely go with them and paddle with them and run. Just take a little bit of a further run, and definitely paid off.
Congratulations, Ethan, and also congratulations, Nicola. You go see your fans there behind me. Back showing the international flavour again. Back to you, Ty, in the studio.
Yeah, plenty of flavour and plenty of colour as well. And well done. That's so great to see France. And I love the way he executed his start, young Nicola from France. He's a tall, strapping lad, very similar to Ethan Callahan. They're sort of bookends of that race as well. But well done, Ethan Callahan. He took out the Ocean Man event. Looks at the highlights here. And closest to camera, that's our winner, our champion, Callahan. He was right-hand side, and Nicola from France was the far left-hand side. And we took out those little potholes as well. Under a little bit of sandbank there. It's very challenging, that start.
It was very, very challenging. It was always a little adventure out there, wasn't the run, the bunny hop, the potholes. But here we have that beautiful drone shot. It was very close around the can here. I actually saw one of the competitors miss the can and have to paddle back. But I love what Nicola said. He said, "This is a victory for me." Isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah, personal challenge as well. But this is where the dominance of Ethan Callahan really opened up. He went round one board length in front, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen, out to 6, 7, 8, make it probably 15. The ability to work the ocean, and that's a sign of a true waterman, spending time in the ocean in different elements. And a big credit to our National Youth World Champion, Ethan Callahan. Took out the Ocean Man event yesterday. He's a current Australian surf race champion as well. Love the claim. Well done, take a bow. And his clubmate there coming through as well, Henry Simpson. Trains the Sunshine Coast, about 2 hours north of where we are at the moment. But a great performance as well. I think we had a Frenchman tucked in there as second as well.
Oh, phenomenal. As we see on screen at the moment, you just see our officials. They're committed, aren't they? Look at that. They're going for a swim to make sure they get those towers all sorted and ready for the ski paddlers coming up not so far away. And
yeah, well, that's not for the cameramen. That's actually for the Finnish officials as well. They finished, look at the finish in the water for the ski race. And coming up will be the National Youth Team's female ski race. And we just saw Jasmine Raywood take out that of the board race. Now she said that's not my, that's one of my weakest disciplines, being the board league. Now she's firing up for what I believe is her major strength of the ski race of Jasmine Raywood. I love the cups, the Stars and Stripes America, the smiles, the French. Look at that, sharing water bottles. Great to see French and that of the American team. They line up now. It is the youth female ski race, World National Championship. So much at stake and so much on offer.
Yeah, the amount of points that we've seen just get won and lost just before in those first two races, and also being, these athletes are really going back to back. You've seen most of these girls who've just done the board leg, now they go into the ski, so they definitely be warmed up and ready to go. And there we see, there's actually our results from that board. So Ethan Callahan, and then we saw our Nicholas, the French, he did amazing, obviously very happy, and another Australian, Henry Simpson, coming in. And then we have South Africa, Great Britain, New Zealand back to back there, France, your favourite Ireland, and then Italy coming in there for top 10 in the world.
Yeah, so great to see. Look at the colours, and that just shows the diversity and strength right around our beautiful world of participation. Well done to Takata as well from Japan, 16th in the world in a national teams event for the youth. A phenomenal achievement from the young man from Japan. Now to the female ski. Let's go to the semi-final this morning. Now, semi-final number one was won by Great Britain, Charlotte Hart. Lani Waller, Australia, was second. Sophie Petro was third. Deeble from South Africa and Cotter from Ireland with a top 5 in semi-final number one. Semi-final number 2 was Raywood from that of Australia. Naomi from France, Schotter from New Zealand, Smith from South Africa, and Roche from that of Great Britain. So super quality here. If you're going pound for pound, it'd be hard to go past that of Jasmine Raywood in this one.
Yeah, she's on fire, isn't she? And getting all this racing done over these 2 days, I guess, some of the opens next week would definitely be terrified, because I say with Ethan Callahan as well, because the more the race, they fitter they get with racing fitness. So she's confident. She just Well, as she said, her worst leg she just won, and this is her best leg. So it's going to be really interesting.
Courtney, you've been in this position, obviously, surf ski racing, but iron person racing as well. What are some key little processes to execute in these first 20, 30 seconds?
Really focus on yourself, making sure that ski. So there's a little bit of a northerly out there. So as you can see, out in the middle, actually, Jasmine Ray was just a little bit angled into that north, just slightly, because as soon as you take off, being that northerly, it's going to push you off to the south. So just having it diagonal there. Well, here we go. The flag is up, so we are ready for a start.
Yeah, I agree more. It's about maintain. Normally you're hitting 90 degrees into that of the swells, but you can see the swell coming on that angle. That's the northeasterly wind now. As you see that, Raywood on the green and pink ski in the centre here. Also edging out. She's a little bit taller than the other girls as well. Needs to keep the line nice and straight. But its ability to get, here we go, get this craft up and moving. Should be, look at the cadence. And already the dominance of Raywood. Cops one in the lap, but up and about. But it's the top end at the moment, up to a very good, that's, I say, Charlotte Hart from that of Great Britain off to a phenomenal start. Meanwhile, back, USA still negotiating the shore break.
Yeah, we've said it all day, haven't we? Just getting off to a good, really strong start is so important. We see also one of the New Zealand girls as well. She's looking a little bit frazzled there, but she's just got to get herself and pull herself together. And Jasmine Raywood looking so good out there at the moment.
Here, Raywood in one, we'll go Hart in two, but top of screen, tucking that sort of third position as well. Making a great move there. It's Naomi from France, looking very, very strong. Paddled very well this morning in the semi-final as well. But it's all Raywood up on the inside at the moment. Looks like Australia with Lani Waller in 1 and 2 at the moment of Raywood. Very similar to what we saw in the board race going around the Cairns.
Yeah, they've really set themselves up so well, and they look good, they look confident. They're really, these girls, it's a really tough paddle out there without northeasterly. They're definitely not getting the easy way out, but as soon as they turn that can, especially on the surf skis, they are going to pick up every single little bump that the ocean has to offer.
Yeah, she's really improved her skill set in the surf skis and surf swimming, and she's mentioned that earlier this morning in an interview on the guidance of Kingy. But one thing I noticed with Jasmine Ray, over the last 12 months, in terms of just experience, being part of the professional iron series here in Australia as well, racing the best of the business as a 17, 18-year-old, she's come along leaps and bounds at the moment as well. So he's the captain of the youth team as well. Wears that extra bit of responsibility. But look at this from Raywood. Really opens up the shoulders now. The rating's up and working this ocean all the way back to the beach.
And being a captain of the team, she would really want to set a great example. Being the first race of the day, and now, you know, I won't want to put the jinx on her, but she's won the last 3 individuals over these last 2 days, and I tell you what, she's looking like to take a 4th, but we'll let this race unfold and see how we end up from there.
Yeah, what a performance from Jasmine Raywood. Captain Raywood, we'll call her. She took out the surf race yesterday. She took out the Ocean Woman event yesterday as well. Picked up the board only a matter of 20 minutes ago, and now pretty much, I'll probably say, pretty much home. Jasmine Raywood from Australia in one. Good battle for the minor places. We saw France making their move of Naomi up and inside. Schotter was in the mix there as well. We spoke about Waller from Australia and also Charlotte Hart. They were the big 3-4 behind that of Raywood. But what an exhibition of ski paddling from this youth from Australia.
Yeah, she's doing so well, and she's almost there towards the end. I'm sure in a couple of seconds' time we'll see a big smile on their face. We can see the rest of the competitors really stretched out there. Well done, Jasmine. She's taking that 4th one. You see them all stretched out, and I think this is really going to come down to a sprint finish.
Yeah, good battle. If we can just pan out, look at this battle. Looks like France may have the inside over Lani Waller at the moment. Maybe Waller on the right-hand side, just a little bit nicer water. Oh, we'll leave that one for the judges. Maybe France. What a performance from France. I see the excitement as well. What about that? France in the male board race second. France, it looks like Ledo Naomi there from France in second. Lani Waller sneaking in for third. Ireland, top 6 finish. Great Britain, Charlotte Hart in the mix as well. And we can see the challenge of the shore break for these young ladies as well to finish off these races.
It's incredibly challenging, absolutely. I think, you know, they make it look really easy, but ski paddling is so hard. And we heard the girls from Ireland talk today, you know, just saying how cold it is to get in the water. So they don't have as much of an opportunity to be in the water as much as we are. So congratulations to everyone out there. Fantastic. Top 16 in the world. It's a remarkable.
I think they mentioned this morning 5 degrees.
That's insane. That is so cold.
And put in context, it's 21 degrees in the water here at the moment on the beautiful Gold Coast of Queensland, Australia. And what a performance, Jasmine Raywood. Hey, Captain Raywood. It's a gold feast for Raywood at the moment. And let's get on the beach now. Talk about Jasmine Raywood. Let's hit the beach with our champ.
Thanks, Ty. I just said to Jazzy, we were talking about 10 minutes ago. Well done. What's backing it up in the ski race? That's quite phenomenal.
Well, I was looking at this program and I was just happy that the board was first because ski's my event that I love, and I felt confident going into it with a bit of the warm-up from the board. Just so happy that I could do and get the maximum amount of points for my team as I could, because at the end of the day it's all about getting the most amount of points for my country as possible.
And tell us about the max amount of points. I believe you've won every individual event, the swim, the board, the ski and the Ocean M.
That is true. You did not see me on the beach for the reason, so I didn't win those individuals, but the water ones, yeah.
And obviously it's pretty special, as we said before, to represent your country on your home stretch of beach, and you get right around each other, all your team members.
Yeah, I mean, our team's amazing. We're all around each other. We all want the best for our team, even if it's the expense of our own personal results, which is beautiful to see, and I just can't wait for the next 2 days of racing.
And you're seeing some of the countries that France have snuck up in, like in the board leg and the ski leg then.
Yeah, France, Britain, we're seeing Spain, like just so many countries from around the world that you don't usually interact with, and some of them who actually live in Australia and then they go and compete for another country. It's just so fun.
Great, congratulations Jasmine. We might see you later on after the Lifesaving relay. We'll go back to Ty.
And speaks so well, doesn't she, as well? And, Miranda Years, there's little highlights in. I love the start. She actually cops one here caught in the lap, but managed to get the boat speed up and going again and then dominate the race.
It shows how strong and fit she is, because that actually takes not only that momentum out of your ski paddling, but also takes a big breath out as well. So it just shows how fit she is, and she didn't let it rattle her. She was really confident, as she said, going to the ski event, and I just love the way she talks. She's incredibly humble.
I think the ability to lead around these races as well, get first opportunity, you mentioned earlier, first opportunity of the runners coming home. You saw that with Ethan Callaghan. Here we go, Jasmine, round the last cannon, really starts to open up work in that Ocean as well. And you spoke about her fitness, so I could put this in context. I only remember about 5 weeks ago, she spent up in Brisbane, which is about an hour north of here, had a full day of racing at the Olympic trials, or pre-Olympics was, and then she would come back and then train the ski in the afternoon with Kingy, and then ran from ski training to the pool to do some pool rescue training on her own. And that's a dedication and commitment. That's why she's the best in the business and manages to perform the way she does on the big stage of today.
Yeah, you can tell she definitely does those little 1%ers, and that's what makes a champion. And you can also see there's one thing I think about Jasmine that everyone would agree with. She tries incredibly hard. She said, today it's not about individual. She never said, me, I. It was all about this is for my country, this is for my team. She's captain. They picked an incredible captain in Jazzy, because the way she spoke then is what a true also captain would do. But as we look through, here's the results. And I tell you what, I just love seeing that colour. It's incredible.
Great results there. Raywood, Naomi, you said they're from France. Well done from France. And Waller there tucked in third. Down to Hart, Nikita. She's had a great breakout as well. Holly Smith and race there for Roche, Cotter, Shotter and Diebel. That's a youth women's surf ski race right down to 16. And to Skinner as well from Canada. What an experience. You have made the National Youth Final 16th fastest in that of the world. A huge congratulations. Then we lead to the male single ski race. And going through the start list, to me, this is one of the most open races I think we'll have of the last 2 days. And the reason being, the quality of this field is second to none. Semi-final number 1 was taken out by Crichton from New Zealand. Simpson, Australia, was second. Brading from out of South Australia, very dominant, was in third. Brennan and Ireland and Spain were the top 5, just in front of Great Britain, France and Denmark and Japan. Then we went to semi-final number 2. It was New Zealand again. So this morning it was a 1-2 punch in the semi-finals of the Blackfins of New Zealand. Brown took out semi-final in front of Callaghan. Look out for Ferdinand Jules from France. Phenomenal ski paddler, and if he's close enough, he is good enough. Just for Belgium and Spain as well, and another South African in there of Van Ackenberg. This is a very open field. A lot of luck in terms of negotiating the shore break, but the ability to come home and pick up these swirls, to me, is going to be the key.
Especially, yes, definitely, especially in the ski race today, as we saw before the board. But that ski leg, they run so fast across the water, and they pick up. If there's a little bump on offer, the ski will grab it. And also the other thing is just trying to get off to a really good start. We saw Jasmine Raywood just got absolutely punched in the chest. She was good enough to get going. I think if you're the best ski paddler out there today, no matter where you are or what happens with the waves, you'll make it happen.
I think look out for my liking of the Blackfins. I think they're going to stand their authority here. They had a great start of the morning, had a little bit of bad luck with the Ocean. We saw with the flags as well. They only nominated one competitor, not two. But I think this is a change of the tide coming up in this race for the Black Fins. In particular, the way they race their semi-final of Brown and Crichton. They are top of the screen. They're sitting in position 2 and position 5. The Black Caps, you can see the blue Sonic ski there as well, lining up. That'll be Crichton. Had a great semi-final this morning. A lot of speed is also going to come from the right-hand side, close to the camera as well. We spoke about Callahan. He took out that Ocean Man event yesterday, took out the board. Confidence is a wonderful thing. So many great ski paddlers lining up. And we've got the man with a moustache from the USA lining up as well. There's Callahan, just come off a board win. The National Youth Championships. He'll be full of confidence as well. All right, guns in the air. I think the boys are nervous lined up here. Then what about the starter? The starter will be a little bit nervous as well, their courts.
I think that's why there's a little bit of nerves about it. I think it's just trying to get an even start, which the officials have done a really, really great job with the rest of the races so far today. So as you can see, it's a little bit uneven. You see the middle getting hit at the moment, so he'll probably start it off pretty soon, I think, after we're off into a little bit of a hit at the start.
Henry Simpson has absolutely flown. He's been shot out of a gun, Henry Simpson. What about this from Australia? The rating is up, the cadence is up. And on the outside, we spoke about this young man from New Zealand. Look at him go. Lane Miller Crichton from that of the Black Fins on the blue ski top end is absolutely flying.
He just came out of nowhere, didn't he? He just got a little bit hit at the start there, but he is really wanting to get to that can. I think he's going to want to take out Henry straight off there and really get around and get onto those runners first.
Yeah, first 10 stroke was all about Simpson, but look at this now from Crichton of New Zealand, really stamping his authority. And the benefit of getting around on your own, so critical.
It is, because there's usually a bit of a jam lock behind when you get a couple of skis kind of 1, 2, 3 across. So he's definitely got the spot to be in at the moment, and he looks absolutely on fire, and he looks like he's also not going to slow down.
Yes, we've got 2 New Zealand athletes. I believe that's Crichton in front at the moment. Simpson tucked in behind there as well. We see another move there from, look like Shrivens, we spoke about from Great Britain, and a South African cap in there. I'd say that's Brading. Or Axenberg from South Africa coming around, but it's New Zealand at the moment. They'll dominate the semi-final this morning. His paddling partner of Brown just caught up on the cans, but the big question is, he's used a lot of fuel going out. What's left to come back? Yeah,
he's just kind of stuck behind a little bit of runner there, so you might see second and third catching up a little bit as you see Henry Simpson come on the inside there, but he might have just not gassed himself, but I think he's just stuck on the back of a runner.
He's just labouring a little bit, isn't he? So look at the move now from Simpson, fighting back on the inside, right-hand side. So we just spoke, he really used big lift here. I'd probably say that's Callahan. Callahan on the left-hand side. What about this? Callahan's pulled over the top of that. One is off. Great Britain Shrivens, I think, has come off at the moment. If we just pan out, we can have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 Australians. We've definitely got a black cap in there. Needs to work hard. Pull over the top. This is a great battle. One of the closest ocean races we've seen the last 2 days.
That was really, really interesting, wasn't it? It came from the north and the south, and you see all the boys in the middle there just coming together. This is going to be a fight right till the end.
This is great. Callahan close to the camera. Top end of screen. South Africa fighting back. Callahan, South Africa. South Africa's going to get there. What a performance.
And now it's going to be a running race for second, third, fourth.
I'm trying to pick the colour off. I'm pretty sure it's a green with a yellow through the middle. I tell you what, Callahan did everything possible. I believe South Africa, and we only spoke this morning about the strength of ocean ski paddling. Look at this, the raw emotion. Look at this. This is what it means, ladies and gentlemen. You are our national world champion. What a moment for the young man from South Africa.
What a beautiful sight to see on the screen right now. Wow, I hope all his family at home are watching by, because those are just absolutely tears of joy. Now he's absolutely pumped, and his teammates are down there. There's the claim, and wow, he'll be having a very exciting night tonight.
This is awesome. And taking nothing away from our leaders, obviously had a phenomenal effort. Crichton out in front. He led pretty much right through Simpson, but this is surf sports racing, and you've got to put yourself in the position to have that opportunity, and he did that. He went round in 4th or 5. I think it's Brading from South Africa, or Achtenberg. We'll get an update in a moment, but what a performance. But the ability to execute that finish under fatigue, I think the emotions are going to say everything. Down the beach now with our champion from South Africa.
Wow, Matthew, what about that? All your dreams have come true, and that coming in. Talk us through it if you can.
Well, I mean, I knew I had to get out hard. Obviously, really strong field of guys, and I knew, this is what I train in every day at Fishhook. The wind blows every single day, So I knew that, it was going to play to my advantage. I knew if I got out hard, I was with the front pike. On the way back, I knew that I backed myself on the runs and managed to put it off. And yeah, I'm over the moon right now. I mean, I can barely put it into words.
Did you realise what was happening to your left on the southern side? There was 4 or 5 of you on that wave. You maintained your composure.
Yeah, so I knew, came around the cannon, I knew, stick it right, stay out of work the runs to the right. We all pulled over that wave, and I thought it was just 3 of us. And then I looked and I saw the British guy, and I think and Ethan, and I knew that, look, I'm got the best line, stuck it straight. They went a little bit left, and I managed to keep paddling, keep the boat straight. Yeah, rule number 1, stay ahead of the wave, and so I managed to get over the line ahead. And yeah, that's it.
And after the finish line, when your teammates embraced you, you said, "I told you I could do it. I told you." Well, tell us about that.
Well, I mean, look, South Africa obviously has a rich heritage of surf ski paddling, and I came over here, all lost in Italy, won the ski, Mark Keeling world champion, so I knew that pressure was kind of on, and it's a little bit of expectation that we do well in ski, and didn't have my greatest race in the iron, got disqualified in board rescue, and Taplin and I fell on my boat at the start, and I said last night, I said to my parents, I said to the guys in the bus on the way home, I said, look, I'm going to skis my race. I knew I could put it off, I backed myself, and here we are.
Fantastic. We're going back up to the studio, but look out for Matthew in the Lifesaver relay and that ski leg. That's going to be a tussle, Australia versus South Africa. Congratulations, Matthew.
Oh, Matthew Brading, take a bow. And I can tell you one thing. Hank McGregor, who's one of the greatest ocean ski paddlers ever in the world from South Africa, will be very, very proud of this young man. So Matthew Brading, and what I love about this, he put himself in the position. But it's the raw emotions, and this shows exactly what... Is that Peter Connell there with him as well? It just shows what it means to this young man. Look at the emotion, not only for him but also his team, in such a proud history of ocean ski racing and surf sports.
I really love the mindset that he went to. As we can see, this is a really good replay to see. He just set himself up. He actually, if you look at that replay then, he went to the north. He actually stopped and went behind one of the competitors to get over there. And after listening to his interview, I think he really wanted to get out of the way and really just have a straight line. And I can see why he did that, because look at what happens here. He's in the safety zone and the others get all bunched together.
It's funny you say that, because I saw 3 come down on that replay, and when it was live I thought there's congestion there. This is Callaghan tucked out in his own. But look at the top of screen here, the excitement there of Brading to take this out. He's the National Youth Ski Champ, World Champion, and they can never take that away from him. No,
he will remember that moment for a very, very long time, and he deserves it. And I do really love the mindset that he just spoke about in his interview, that great interview with Grant. He said that, he believed he could do it. Every afternoon it's windy like this. So first of all, he's really positive with the weather. And then he said, I just need to keep up the front, and then anything can happen from there. So it's just like that really positive mindset, and he got the win.
Yeah, positive mindset, but also comfort, because he mentioned that he's used to train these conditions. And coming into a race like this, sometimes it can be overawing if you don't train these conditions. I've never done work in this. He's turned up this final. He knows, hey, this is my environment, this is my comfort zone, and go out and just execute. Taking nothing away from that of our Kiwi boy that led out then as well, Crichton, I think it was, along with Ethan Callaghan pushed up and Henry Simpson. But you've got to put yourself in the right position, and you've got to finish off. And one of the greats, Trevor Hendy, he was phenomenal at that. He would hang in there, but he'd always dominate the last 3 steps.
Yeah, he would. I remember a few competitors would be like, Trev. They'd look under their legs or to the side and be like, oh no, Trev's here. And it's you've got to put it all out there, and you've got to get yourself up the front. And as we said before, that's surf sport. Sometimes it can really work for you, and that special little wave pops up, or sometimes it's the opposite. So it's really just trying to put that race all together. And I believe it's really important to practice sprint finishing or sprinting at the moment, because the amount of times we see a sprint finish, or even also, in the ski paddling where you're sitting on your ski, it's so important just to have that little icing on the cake left, isn't it? It's not, the race isn't done until you're past those flags.
And I love there when you look there, he's got the flag around. They should be like the Olympics in the track and field. Do a lap. Do a lap round. You deserve it. You're the world champion national teams, and the crowd is starting to build. Great atmosphere here at Coral Beach as well. And for those who are with us on YouTube and on the live stream, a big hello from right around the globe. If we go back now to that, you're looking there, it's over in the UK. I think it's about 6 a.m. in the morning over there, or 5:30. So Lining up now, we've got the female board rescue coming up. It will be a B final for the female youth board rescue, but I've still got chills from that. It just means so much, and to see South Africa and the proud history of ocean ski paddling. And I spoke about Hank McGregor as well, the legend of ocean ski paddling. And there's a new gen, the next gen's coming through. And great to see. Well done, South Africa. And well done to Grant Bordock. Great interviewing there as we line up now for that. The Open Female Youth Board Rescue. Run through the start list as well. This is a great little semi-final this morning as well. And we'll have Hong Kong, which will be our right-hand side to camera at the moment. Denmark, there we go. Argentina, Japan, along with the Czech Republic and that of Canada. 6 teams to go in. We'll have 8 teams in that of the A final, wrapping up 14 in total. Ooh, who do you like from this morning?
There was some good racing, wasn't there?
What club caps do you like?
Well, even though it is the B final, their points are still on offer. So this is really, really important for everyone to really, we're wrapping up all those points at the moment.
I'm going to go Japan. Only reason I go Japan is during our little break, I went down and had a chat with the Japanese team, and there's a team manager there called Marbo. And I brought him up here and brought him into the live stream setup. I tell you what, he took about 100 photos. And he speaks very good English. And I just love the passion, the courtesy, the respect that they have towards their Cup of Japan as well. So I'm going to go the rising sun there of Japan coming up. But it's a good little battle as we see the wrap-up here. And we'll get the final results of the single ski as well. Because it's pretty tight in the minor places. And then we'll be back to that for the female board rescue coming up. And number 1 was Matt Brading. Number 2 in the single ski, and a huge congratulations. He led from start to 3/4 away to Lane Miller-Crichton. Phenomenal effort. And keep up the great work. So close. Ethan Callahan snuck into 3rd place for Team Australia. So they're the big 3 of Brading from South Africa. Crichton, Callahan, Simpson picked up that of 4th. Scrivens, we should say, of Great Britain picked up that of 5th. And rounding up the top 6 was Ferdinand Jules of France as well. As we now head to that at the B final, National Team's Youth Board Rescue. I'm on Team Japan, but a quality field lining up.
Absolutely quality field. I'm going to go Argentina. I love the passion that they've had over these last few days. They get around each other, and I also like their position on the line as well. We've definitely seen the northern side at the moment. It's got that more of a run of the bank out. So it'd be really interesting to see whether the southern side, the girls from Canada, are they going to run across to the north? Are they going to stick with the deeper water straight out? It's going to be really interesting, especially being the first board rescue team. We'll wait and see what happens. And
a shout out to the club we just had on screen there, Czech Republic. They're doing a phenomenal job in the water and also on the beach as well. And that's a very good point. Now we've got that nor'easter we spoke about. So on camera now, the wind is coming from the top left, the screen, to the bottom right. And that then, with strong wind, allows for movement of water in that direction as well. So decision time, it's not a long swim by any means. There is a lot of wading, porpoising, and you can see the flags at the moment. So the swell will run the same direction as that wind is at the moment. So you can see they'll probably angle a little bit towards what we call the north, which is in the background of the screen. Or screen now, they'll run to the right of the screen to negotiate. It's all about having minimal distance they can.
Yeah, and being such a short swim, as you said, there's really no margin for error. So you really have to nail this, every little piece of the pie, and that starts up straight up. Are you going to take the bank, or are you going to go across to the deep water?
Probably the other part there too, of course, is the A final straight after this. So they'll be watching this very, very closely. They'll be looking at how far they run up. I'd assume 5 or 10 metres. Most competitors will probably make that distance, and then the A final then look to try and execute, because you can always, the shortest distance, you can always run faster than you can swim, and executing this will pay huge results. Then the ability to come home, and we spoke about that wind as well. Now you've got to remember, we saw the boards in the ski finals, that's an individual. Now this is a team event, and the ability to get that board speed as a team in unison coming home will be critical as well. B final coming up, super quality field we have as well. Hong Kong, Denmark, Argentina, Japan, Czech Republic, and that of Canada on screen at the moment. There's my team. Go Japan. Away we go. Deciding to go probably more direct at the moment, all girls. So all deciding to go a little bit more direct, straight. They'll probably see left-hand side Denmark a little bit more to the north. We can see as well. So probably the reason is they're trying to stay away from that little bit of a hole you can see in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, you can just see that water movement just running out fairly quickly. But at the moment, definitely that, as you can see, the dolphin diving is going to be quicker than swimming and can really get yourself that momentum. But I feel like the bank may have really evened out a little bit, and we'll see that throughout the day. But yeah, you can just see everyone's got a little bit of a different line at the moment. So I think it's going to be pretty tight with the swimmers getting out there to that can.
Yeah, so leading at the moment is the red cap of Japan, tucked down in the far side. I said that's Canada. It's a matter of all reds at the moment. I say we'll go probably Canada, top of screen at the moment, leading. Japan in second, down to Denmark down the bottom. Czech Republic starting to make their presence felt as well. Now, from this morning, the wind's picked up as well. Now, it makes it a little bit more difficult to sight your cam because you've got that wind chop. As you lift your head, you want to try and lift your head on the rise of a swell, not so much in a trough.
Yeah, that's a really great point, Ty. It's you got to go up the top, because if you're down below into the trough, you're not going to be able to see your can. So that's why when you're pool swimming, really great coaches, they make you practice that water polo. You know, when you're warming up to do a main set, do some water polo, and that just really practices moments like this to be really strong up on the top of the water. So that's why you'll see the competitors more so than another competition putting their heads up just with that wind.
Yeah, and also here, Czech Republic, Canada, they're actually swapped positions. They've got to fight back to their can now. You'll see them swap in a moment. Czech Republic leading down the bottom is the second can in. Very good swim from the young girl from the Czech Republic as well. Very strong swim, and Japan as well. There we go. Hand up first will be Canada. Canada off to a fly. Czech Republic in 2. I'll then go back to Japan in 3, and then top end of screen, Denmark, I'd say they're in 4 at the moment. First leg, we always talk about board rescue being 3 parts: swim leg, board leg, and the most critical and crucial, coming home together on the board.
I thought in Canada, her partner did really well to actually see her, because when she put her hand up in the air, she actually fell back down. Oh no, we've just had our leader out there, just a little bit, her board went over her head, and that just shows that water movement again, Ty.
I think that's my team Japan, actually.
Oh, no.
So, and what happened there was she lost a bit of board speed. So when she went to sit and pop, had no board speed. The force of the wave then obviously catapulted the board back over her head. But now back into the kneeling position and making good progress. It's Japan in 1. We then make our way back to, looks like potentially that of down the bottom there, Canada. Canada still up in 2. But I love the work of Denmark. Look at the rating top of screen at the moment, back in 4th. Very good paddling technique, really driving from the legs, but the rating and the board speed of Denmark making great progress.
Yeah, they did really well to recover from that. We've got Argentina at the moment just going out as well, so she's doing really, really well. And this swell is making it really, really tricky with all those bumps. And we've just got one of our competitors. She's just gone under the string. And we're talking about those little waves out there, that's what can happen. So she did really, really well to get herself out of that.
Oh, here we go, European style of board rescue coming out. It's the double arm front, double arm back from Team Japan at the moment. And I got caught up, and that's the element that the win you spoke about. Good pick up down the bottom of the screen by Canada as well, and around they go the Czech Republic. So it is Japan. It puts a lot of stress on the shoulders, doesn't it? I can just see the pain of these girls, especially as swimming and board paddling, but they're making great progress. It's Japan in 1. We then go back to Canada in 2, Czech Republic, but the big move is Denmark, top of screen, now moved up into 3rd position, making their move potentially up into 2nd, but it's Japan out in front.
And you were seeing all the different ways that you can do board rescue. Out in front we have Japan with the back paddler, the board paddler being up on her knees, and the swimmer doing the double arm. Then we've got 2nd and 3rd both doing the double arm but on their bellies, and then 4th is doing what Australians traditionally do, and that's both on your stomach and doing strokes like you're swimming on the board.
Japan still lead coming in. Wave starting to build upon the Czech Republic. Got to run with a swell there. The Czech Republic, great little wave. Big decision. Maintain your board speed. Then they need to move back to get that nose up. Here we go, Team Japan. Team Japan, board speed is up. Pushes over the top of that wave, working very hard. May fall off the back of it. All of a sudden, from behind, here comes Denmark. Denmark, have they got off too early, Japan? Up and running, Team Japan. Where are Denmark? I think they've done enough here, Team Japan, but Denmark, what a performance coming home.
Yeah, Japan did very, very well to get off them, because they certainly could have been caught. And as we just see, there's a couple we'll see on screen at the moment. We might have had 2nd and 3rd, just getting a little bit in that chaos. But yeah, congratulations, Japan. I tell you what, they did it tough, especially on the way out. It wasn't easy for them.
No, and teamwork makes the dream work. And Team Denmark, another 30, 40 metres could potentially a B final champions. And the Czech Republic, Smiles are on the dials. Well done, ladies. What a phenomenal performance in the B final. Coming in third place there. Canada as well had a very good board rescue. Great swim from Canada. And we go back to Hong Kong making their way in. But you know what? It's the effort. And what a performance. They will grow so much. Argentina as well from this learning experience at the World Championships.
Oh, they certainly will, especially with all that wind coming in about. And it's a really fun event. It is. I know the points are on the line, and everyone's going for that top position. But being out there with one of your teammates on the board, I tell you what, you go through a journey together out there, whether you're yelling at each other or whether what's happening. So it's a really fun event, and definitely one of my favourites on the program.
I totally agree. I think you had the opportunity to do it with your sister. I had the opportunity to race at state national level with my brother as well. And it's something from a teamwork and the closeness, it's super special. Talk about special. Let's go down the beach with might be Team Denmark, I believe.
It is correct. I've got Katrina and Stella here who finished second in that race. Katrina, what a great patient swim.
Yes, it was better than earlier today, so I'm very... It was a great swim.
And Stella, for you, that board paddle, Katrina put you in a good position. You had a good board paddle?
Yeah, it was very fun and very nice to catch a wave in the... Yeah.
And let's talk about that wave. You nearly came all the way through on the Japanese team. You were very close to winning that. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, that was very fun and very nice. Yeah.
There you see, it's very happy girls from Denmark to take out that second place in the B final.
Oh, great job, and the smiles say it all. Look at the highlights here, and that's bottom of the screen here. Great negotiation, had the option to dive over that wave or keep the legs up for a wave. And it's the execution of skills. And there are so many processes that go into a board rescue and even a swim race. And a great negotiation, or vision I should say there, from Team Canada. Great swim from Canada out in one. The board paddle made the way up, and that is it. We saw the Eiffel Tower being risen there by our Team Japan. But then reset and negotiated for the pick-up out in front, and the ability to come home from Team Japan very, very well. Got caught up on the cans, and that's obviously the wind swell, hitting the cans and negotiating that. And this is the fun bit coming home, isn't it?
Yeah,
right.
This is the fun bit.
Two working as one. Look at Denmark top of screen. Now, they finished second overall. That's the last 50 metres, the ability to maintain their board speed in unison as a pair. But it was all about Team Japan taking out our B final. Take a bow, Team Japan.
It just came really close there at the end. I tell you what, they had a little look over their shoulder then, and then they got there in the end and didn't do it easy, but well done. And definitely would have seen the A final, the girls watching on and picking up as many tips as they can, because there certainly is a lot going out there with the bank, with the wind. And here we can see the girls warming up. We've got New Zealand on screen there at the moment, getting ready to rumble. They're certainly going to want to do really well. That's Shota and Petro, so that's a very, very strong team from those two girls.
Yeah, very strong team. They finished second in the semi-final. Spain was third, and Great Britain took out semi-final number 2. Semi-final number 1 was won by France, ahead of Australia and that of Ireland. So here they are lining up. This goes back to the surf ski race earlier. And what a moment, an emotional moment for the boy from South Africa. Matthew Brading, take a bow. You are a national team's youth men's ski race champion for 2024. Young Crichton, New Zealand, had a phenomenal paddle as well. Simpson there in third, Callahan Shrivens we spoke about. And right down to that of Denmark. Paulsen Olmo Nielsen from Denmark. What a performance, wrapping up 16. It is the 8th final, female board rescue, quality field. And I tell you what, this will be a quality race as well, Courts.
Yeah, we absolutely. We're seeing on the screen there's a couple of those little bumps again. So we've seen a couple of girls go down, but everyone seemed to really handle them really, really well. And it's definitely a bit of a challenge out here. It's not just run into the water and start swimming. You've got got your dolphin diving and all that kind of thing. So you can see at the moment actually maybe the middle looks like the quickest at the moment.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the French swim in the semi-final this morning as well. And they're far left-hand side. Look at this. They've actually exploded across that shore break. And it's the skill sets applying from running to wading to porpoising to get up in that swim. It's around 150 metre swim to 200 metre swim on the way out at the moment, and it's all guns blazing. Left-hand side, we have France. Second from the right-hand side, off to a very good start. New Zealand, off to a flyer as well. Probably expect that potentially that could be, I think maybe Shota, might be Petro. Shota swimming and Petro on the board in that combination as well. Great Britain in the mix there as well. We'll have Macy Hawkins swimming for Great Britain. Look out for Charlotte Hart. absolutely flying on the board for Great Britain as well. So New Zealand really starting to stamp her authority of Tara Shotter.
Yeah, this swim is so quick you don't even barely get a breath. So it's just a 1, 2, straight back into it, and all the girls just trying to line themselves up on those cans. And as you said before, you have to hop over the top of those waves, and we see New Zealand. You can see the look on their face when they start. She's almost there. She's going to pop her hand up in the air, and New Zealand will go off first.
Yeah, great job from Shotter there, and then look out for that of Australia coming through now, and South Africa as well. Ireland tucked behind them, and France up on the top end of screen. Away they go. Look out for the big move for Great Britain for my liking, this board leg of Charlotte Hart. She's had a phenomenal 2 days of racing here under the Great Britain Cup as well. She's resides in Australia with a family now, but she's a phenomenal board paddler. It is now New Zealand tucked in one. Great swim from Shotter. Now over to Petro from New Zealand. Here comes the move. Now we spoke about of Charlotte Hart. That's the red nose board on the right-hand side of New Zealand. Australia back a little bit at the moment, but it's New Zealand in one. Great Britain starting to make their move. The battle is going to be the way home.
Oh, this is so tight, isn't it? You just saw that one little wave that actually New Zealand just got hit by Pedro come in there, so it's just closing up a little bit. And next to her, I think it potentially could be maybe, Charlotte Hart. Maybe next to her out there doing very, very well. But this pickup, this is where you're going to make a few seconds or a few metres up.
Oh, Ireland up in third as well, doing a phenomenal job there in Ireland. And Australia now starting to make their presence felt with a great combination of Holt and Waller. Around they go now. And it's still New Zealand in one, but a great pickup from Great Britain. Oh, it's a double combo, European-style double arms. Wait for the move of Great Britain. They may steal this one, Great Britain. A long way to go. Australia, top of screen. I love the cadence and the board speed of Australia really starting to fly home.
Yeah, the girls from Australia, they look really, really good at the moment. They've got more that traditional technique with both of them lying on their stomach. New Zealand just seem to be stuck in a little bit of a trough at the moment, but we actually look like we
Spain,
might have
Team Spain down the bottom. Spain are flying. Australia and Spain have gone from third to fourth to 1 and 2 at the moment. Great Britain just labouring. New Zealand labouring. Spain are up and about. This could be a huge moment for the country of Spain. Can they get their swell building for Australia? Australia needs this wave. Spain building. Spain fighting. Australia may be on. This is it for Spain. Run with the ocean, Spain. They may have done it here, Courts. Over to you.
Oh, this is incredible. We can actually hear, we're in the booth where we can hear the cheering on the beach all the way up here, and they are, look at
this.
This
is so good for Spain, so good for Surf Sports and World Lifesaving. What a moment for Team Spain. The ability to come home. Oh, Cabanillas, Rodriguez and Barrios. What a moment. We said it'd be one coming home. What a performance from the Spain ladies.
Oh, congratulations, girls. And you can just hear the cheers on the beach. I can imagine their team is going to come running into them at the moment, and they just look so happy. That was very, very special. And congratulations, wow, to the other teams that were coming
Look at this.
Ah, there they are.
Brilliant. This is what it's all about. And going in this race, looking at the semi-finals, we said it was such an open field. Anyone could win this. And Rodriguez and Barrios, what a moment for Team Spain. They are up, they are about, and the Spaniards take a bow.
I love the way they celebrate. It's so emotional and beautiful. And I know Grant's going
to... Get them all in, Grant. Get them all in. Get them all in. Get them all in. This is not about the two in the team. This is about the country. The whole team. Get the whole country there, Grant. Oh, what a moment. Rodriguez and Barrios. What a performance. And they probably picked up in fifth. But his ability to come home, so much excitement on the beach. Down to you, Grant.
Girls, wow, that was incredible. Can you imagine what's happening back home in Spain at the moment, or family and friends watching? You just won the Youth Female Board Rescue Championship of the World. Can you believe that?
We worked really hard. We're so happy.
And tell us about that changeover, and then paddling in, because at the pickup you were 4/4/5. Tell us, what did you do as a board paddler?
We together. We get on really well, and we get along really well, and everything went perfect.
And it does show that being one team on that board, you're one team, aren't you, when you're paddling on that board? One team on that board.
Yes.
And how do you feel? Tell us, to describe how you feel right now.
I'm really excited. Really, really excited.
Back to you, Ty. Tears of joy down here for the Spanish team. Get in, get them a hug, guys.
Oh, that is magnificent and so good. So good for the girls, so good for Spain, and so good for Lifesaving. What a moment. But the ability to come home, and we'll pick the replay up in a moment, the ability, they picked up probably back in 4th or 5th, and we spoke about, it's a race, it's a 3-part race. Part 1 being the swim leg we see going out. It was a great swim. I think it was Rodriguez. You can see there at the moment she's back in 5th position. Probably equal 5th to 6th coming out, with France sneaking up as well. It was all about New Zealand going out leading. It was all about Great Britain and New Zealand. The pickup was an equal of Great Britain and New Zealand. Then you have New Zealand going out. Great Britain, Charlotte Hart on the chase there as well. They picked up 1-2. Now let's look left-hand side. Left-hand side probably back. It would be probably in 4th or 5th is the pickup of Spain. But the ability of these two young ladies to get that board moving in unison as a team, and that's what board rescue is about, has driven them to success.
And they also never gave up as well. You know, they were, oh, here we are just at the end. This is where they won it, and they just moved so fast, that momentum. They had a little bit off to the right, but then they really pulled it together, and yeah, all class, all skill. Look at that. They haven't got the smiles on their face as of yet because they know they need to get past those flags, but it's not too far away. There we go.
Oh, what a moment. And to pick up that swell as well. Now, it's not a direct swell coming. It's on an angle, the ability to pick that wave up and move back. Look at the excitement on the beach, the smiles, the raw emotion, and probably disbelief, but you have done it and you deserve it. Team Spain, our youth female board rescue champions, world champions for 2024. What a moment.
That was beautiful. And they did the flags earlier this morning too as well. So they've come out of the flags and now they're doing the board rescue. It's absolutely phenomenal. But now we move on to one of the hardest races. We're ready for a start for the men's rescue tube rescue, and this is going to be the B final up first.
Oh, I'm still on the emotion of the board rescue. I love those stories. I love it. Okay, B final coming up. Swimmer will go out. It's a team of 4. We mentioned this morning as well. Team of 4 swimmer will go out. The rescuer would go out, put on fins, swim out, pick up the patient, tow them back in for the 2-person carry to finish. It is the B final. And the day continues. It is the finals package. It is day 2 of the youth ocean. They'll head to the pool the next 2 days as well. But so many great stories. We'll try and pick up our leaders that make their way out.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this B final, we've got Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, Hong Kong, Argentina, and Denmark for this men's B final. And they would have been watching again the girls in that board rescue because these swimmers obviously have a mirror image of what the girls just did in the swimming, and then we'll have the poor second swimmers. They really get the short straw, don't they? Having to do the swim out with the tube and then pulling back their patient. So it's as we said before, one of the toughest events on the calendar, but certainly one of those ones where as you said, there's 4 of them. The team really gets together and around each other.
Yeah, one of the toughest, but also one of the most rewarding as well. And the B final here, a little bit surprised to see Team New Zealand in the B final. They've got some phenomenal swimmers in South Africa as well, but there's so many elements to the rescue tube rescue. Good swim right-hand side as well from Denmark as they make their way out. But at the moment, it looks like South Africa and New Zealand. So swim will go out. Now we look for the rescue tube rescue to come. So the rescue will go into the water, carrying the tube. Big decision time. When do the fins go on?
That is very, very tactical, and it's very strategic, and they don't want to make their decision in that moment. They've really got to think about it when they're on that line and think about, okay, we see a few different ways that they're running in there. We see Argentina, he's kind of got both his flippers in each under his armpits, and then others will kind of carry it on one side. And it looks like most of the swimmers really, once they got across that bank, they really put those flippers on straight away, because swimming with flippers on compared to trying to run across a bank with potholes is definitely going to be faster. But one thing I did notice, Ty, out there was a lot of the swimmers out there have really struggled to get their arm over the can, and I think that's definitely with that northerly coming through. They're getting washed around, which has made it really difficult for the people on the beach to see them.
Yeah, I think a little bit of fatigue too. You lose your legs when you start to get tired. You lose your legs, the ability to drive the legs to help your body get up and about at the moment. But very impressed with Denmark. That's a red with the white stripes, bottom of screen at the moment, off to a very good start. We can see New Zealand probably with his head up a little bit too much at the moment. And South Africa, they'll be up and about. South Africa up. The Mark Brain has took out the ski race as well. Denmark would have seen the efforts of Spain, saying if Spain can do it, Denmark can do it as well. Such a great day of ocean racing here for the youth, the national team's youth. World Championships 2024. It is the B final now, the Rescue 2 Rescue. And once again, they're all clubs and all nations. Oh, a little bit off course here, South Africa. Oh, it could be very, very costly. At least 2 cans away. unfortunately didn't pick up his canter. Now picking up, has given away a good 20 to 30 metres.
And you can see why he did that. He went for the black and white, which he was actually meant to go for the blue and white. And I can tell you what, those cans actually look exactly the same. Very, very similar. So he's just lost a little bit of time on that, but he's got his patient there, kicking as fast as he can, so that won't slow them down too much.
Yeah, New Zealand now come to the front at the moment. South Africa making their move, so that's New Zealand front in the moment, left-hand side. You can see South Africa just tucked into behind as well. Now, the shore break's going to play a huge part. Now, the female tube rescue yesterday, New Zealand, caught the best wave and made up a good 15 or 20 metres. They're at the front at the moment, but South Africa is starting to come home here in second position, tucked in behind that of New Zealand, and Denmark ducked down the bottom as well, making their presence felt probably in third and fourth as they make their way back to the beach.
The moment right now in this race I can't describe how much their stomach is ripping. Not only are they...
Burn.
Oh, the sting. Not only are they pulling themselves through the water, they have a human body that they're pulling behind who's only kicking to help. So this is the hardest bit of the whole race. Lactic acid would be full. Their forearms, their legs, everything burning. And all they would be thinking about is, where are my two draggers?
I love the work of South Africa. You look at that, just how he's sitting on top of the water a little bit better than you see New Zealand now just starting to labour a little bit. Lost the legs to swim at the moment, starting to labour in terms of the stroke. But the rating of South Africa, top of screen, even though New Zealand may be in front, look out for the move from South Africa. Swell's starting to build. There's a little bit of a draw out of that shore break as well, pushing the swimmers back out to the ocean. They'll come in. New Zealand, one trying to get over the top. New Zealand trying, fighting. Now South Africa. It's advantage New Zealand, but waves building.
Yeah, you can just see how many metres. Oh, we've got a little wave in the centre there coming through. Oh, they're pulling their patient down. This is going to... Oh, it looks like New Zealand have made the best of that.
Yeah, really good skill set. We saw that yesterday with the New Zealand female team, and now they're backing up with the male team as well. Now they change over the draggers. They start with the hand drag first of all, then under the armpit they go. And the swim leg's hard. This is also hard, but this is a lot shorter.
Yes, it is. It's very explosive, and the draggers just want to have a look at those potholes and make sure they don't fall over, because falling over with both of you and your patient can be very difficult, but they look like they're doing it very easy at the moment.
And the patient is going, please don't let go of me. Please don't let go of me. Please don't let go of me. Well done. New Zealand in one. Looks like South Africa finishing off in two. Great team event. Really typifies the rescue techniques used around the world as well. We just saw the board rescue, another phenomenal technique used in saving many lives around our beautiful globe. Canada coming through as well and executing. We can see that tube rescue, board rescue, the IB racing as well as part of the World Championships, the boats as well, and Canada coming in. So that's the B final, and huge congratulations to Team New Zealand. I'll pick up maximum points in that at the B final. Argentina coming across with Hong Kong as well. And look at the body language. Oh, says it all.
They're exhausted, aren't they? And you can see the different techniques. You saw some of the teams actually, their patient had their head looking from behind. The reason they do that is to get their body up and be as stiff as they can, which makes it easier for their draggers. So anything they can do to make themselves lighter. I wouldn't suggest skipping breakfast, but trying to keep your body nice and stiff just makes it easier.
Yeah, we spoke about the pool events a little bit earlier, didn't we, Course? We said, the mannequin fill with water is 40 kilograms, and they're towing 60, 70 kilograms. But B final champions were New Zealand, the Black Fins, down the beach with Grant.
Thanks, Tom, with the Black Fins. Braith, that patient swim, good patient swim for you out there.
Yeah, it was alright. Just pretty tricky conditions out there. Heaps of top, hard to see the can.
And for the rescuer, it's getting a bit tricky out there, and obviously there's an art form to getting those fins on.
Oh yeah, I wasn't very good at that part. Can't say too much on that.
And what about on the way in? You obviously got a fair bit of power there on the way in to come through to win that B final.
Yeah, it felt good. Real happy with it. Happy with my toes as well. Getting them pretty early. I don't know what to say really.
Well, back to you guys, Ty and Courtney, taking maximum points there, the New Zealand Black Fins in that B final.
And full of life as well, the boys. Look at the highlights. It was a great start first swim, and Courtney mentioned earlier, now that wind's up, makes things a little more different. And you know what? I love that. It's the elements of surf, and as lifesavers, if we don't know what we're going to get, you can always read weather maps and things like that. But until you're in the elements and mixing it, and well done. But it was a strong swim from New Zealand out one, Denmark down the bottom, and South Africa. Now, if we talk about South Africa, if he actually swum to the right can, I know I was picking up the colours of the black and white, the blue and white. Gave away 20 or 30 metres. We could have potentially seen a different finish, but they hung in there for a very good second, South Africa. But it's the ability to swim out with the tube. This is the comfortable bit going out, but it's the ability to come home. Very, very challenging.
Yeah, they did lose a few metres, which might have came towards the end, but here we go, just on screen, that replay. He went for the black and white, which you can imagine having goggles on and being fatigued, dark blue and white and black and white. Can I tell you what, look very similar when you're out there, but beautiful replay at the moment as we, oh, there we go. There's a shot of that body surfing with a patient. I can't tell you how difficult that would be, and it'd really weigh you back. But the A final coming up next, and they'd certainly be watching on to see if they can pick up all those tips they can. And a beautiful replay there of the athletes just trying to get over those potholes. Again, incredibly difficult.
Yeah, the graphics are phenomenal. A great shout out to another big voice doing a great job and all the camera crew. We've got 4 cameras in action and a drone set up as well. And just displays a showcase. We see foilers. We've seen whales out there earlier. We've got some kite foiling as well on the beautiful Gold Coast of Australia. Where else would you rather be? And a big thanks to that of tourism and events of Queensland, Australia's Gold Coast, Risk Intelligence, Curra Surf Club, Ampol, Race 1 and Event Co. More events coming up. It is the A final. And I'm going out on a wing. I like Ireland. Phenomenal swim this morning, Ireland. They might have picked up a 1 or 2 finish in the semi-final this morning, but Ireland looked very, very good in semi-final number 2. Australia's going to be hard to beat, the strength of Australia as well, but there's our results in the B final: New Zealand, South Africa, Denmark, Canada, Hong Kong and Argentina. But look up now, the A final. Is it the time? We saw South Africa take out the single ski for males. We saw the Spanish ladies take out the board rescue. What a phenomenal race. Probably my highlight thus far today. Can it be their time? The Irish to turn one up on the beaches of Currawa.
They looked good this morning. They're on a good roll, so they have that confidence, and they're going to be over at the edge there, so they're going to be on the southern side, which, as we saw the girls from Spain, that's where they won their board rescue. So
is that an omen?
Yeah.
Is that an omen?
Positive energy out there for them.
I think the danger he was talking about was the strength of Australia in semi-final number 1. Very, very strong team. Very strong team. And you look at Riley Brennan, Woodford, Gilbert and Henry Simpson. Riley Brennan, he's the captain Australia. Took out the surf race yesterday as well, Riley Brennan. He's his skill sets are phenomenal in surf sports. Also very, very strong in pool rescue. So look out for that from Australia. Australia's going to be sitting in, they're not far away from each other actually. I think position 6 will be Australia and position 8 will be that of Ireland. So I'll keep a close eye on each other. And in between is this team. The French juggernauts, Matthias, Raphael, Louis and Adrian. This is it, the focus. There's Brennan.
And it's also...
looks like Brennan's going to be a dragger. Looks like Brennan's going to be a dragger by the looks of that. Might probably see at the moment. It probably looks like Captain Brennan going to be... There's Kai Gilbert there as well. So I'd probably say leading away with a swim might be Braden Woodford. We'll try and pick him up at the moment. Team Australia focused, ready to go, lined up. Bit of a yawn, nervous yawn, I would say, a nervous yawn.
Well, it's good timing you saying that, because I was just about to say to you before that it's it's been a big couple of days, so it's really tactical with the coaches to see, okay, where do we put our athletes? So Riley, he's had a really big program. Potentially let's put some of the other boys in there who haven't had as a big of a program. So this is something that all the country's coaches look into, because this is, at the end of the day, this is one of the most toughest races out there. You're going to need all of your energy. You can't be 50% loaded up with energy. You need 110% for this. So you'll see a lot of the teams trying to spread their athletes out, and it's really smart. It's we saw Jasmine Raywood. She had a rest in the board rescue because she'll get ready for the ocean team at the end of the day. So it's that could be a reason why Riley is the dragger. So so something very tactical, something the coaches have to look at when they're picking the teams to represent their country. See Japan just on screen there, just having a little chat before they get ready. And they see the goggles are on.
Yeah, they've been up and about Japan. I can't wait for the beach players coming up very shortly as well. A little pocket rocket from Japan. And for those on YouTube joining us and live stream, a big welcome to what is the 2024 Lifesaving World Championships right here on Currawa Beach. It's day 2 of the youth. And Czech Republic getting around each other, the boys as well, ready to go. Big event coming up. It is the men's rescue tube rescue A final. 20 points up for grabs, 18, 16, 14. Dangers here. Semi-final, number 1 winners Australia, Team Australia, Brendan Woodford, Gilbert and Simpson. Semi-final 2 was won by the Irish of O'Grady, Brennan, Power and Flynn. Good atmosphere, absolute cracking day.
And you know something that makes me really happy? Not only that it's a beautiful day and everyone's getting around each other, is the fact that we got through COVID. We had to cancel more than a few years. It's been forever since we've had this competition, and we're back here and we're all together, everyone from all over the world. That just makes me really happy, I think, from what we went through that COVID period when you weren't able to see your friends, you know, your international friends, and now look at them, you know, we've got Spain on the screen there, we've got Japan over here, everyone from all over the place is here on the Gold Coast. I think that's I don't know, that makes me really happy seeing that.
Yeah, I think you've hit a very good point there as well. It's that connectedness. Not only that, it's about the connectedness of lifesaving and how it's a world sport, global sport. It's such a healthy sport. And I'd love to see it in the 2032 Olympics as well. It typifies here showcasing right around the world.
Wouldn't that be fun?
How healthy it is and how great it is for these athletes. And to be honest, when you look at the youth here, you put on another, we look at 8 years' time, a lot of these younger youth will be in the prime. So the A final coming up very, very shortly. As we're preparing for other events, once again, a big shout out to all our great sponsors involved. Tourism Events Queensland, Australian Gold Coast, Queensland Government. They're great support of this event as well. Surf Lifesaving Queensland, Surf Lifesaving Australia. Risk Intelligence, Coral Surf Club, Ampol, Race 1 Surfcraft. I tell you what, their Expo tent has been filled with 20 and 30 athletes and people from around the world all day, every day, and Eventco as well. Crowd is building. The officials just finalising some important information prior to wrapping up. Probably the last of our water event before we go back to the beach and then back for the grand finale of the Lifesaver Relay.
And thank you so much.
We get to go soon.
Yes, I was going to say thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and listening to us and watching all the action happening on the live stream. We've also got liveheats.com if you want to look at. You've got all the results, or if you want to have a look at what's coming up and check that out.
Talk about what's coming up. You know the best thing about us at the moment, is we're going to come back again tomorrow.
Brilliant.
And Sunday for the Opens. And if the Open's going to be half as good as what we've seen with the youth, I tell you what, we are in for an absolute cracking weekend. And then back up again for the Inner Club as well. And I want to have a shout out to Ron Rankin AM, Chair and Project Director, and Graham Ford AO, President of International Lifesaving Federation, and their committees and team in getting the enormity of getting an event like this up and running. You spoke about internationally to come across, and we only spoke about in terms of travelling and the teams that travel. We've got just under 50 countries here, over 5,000 competitors, 17 days of racing. But the ability for the German team, as an example, in discussion, has taken them 30 hours in place at airports, travelling 18,000 kilometres just to be here. And a big shout out to all the teams in making the effort, but also to their sponsors and supporters as well. As you look at these drone shots of the beautiful Gold Coast, and we're pretty lucky. We get to live here. We get to see this, and we're a little bit spoiled day in and day out. And this is a winter's day that we're experiencing here on the Gold Coast as well.
I can't believe it's winter still. And we're experiencing, we've got the aircon pumping in here. It's
the second last winter's day.
Yes.
So we're about to spring in the spring, so to speak. And for those with us on YouTube, right around, and that's something to the time difference. We've got some, here we are heading up to just after 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's heading the night in some countries. New Zealand will be late after, evening, 4 o'clock in New Zealand at the moment. And America's probably close to midnight. And early morning over there in UK. And for those who've just woken up in Spain, let me tell you, you've just taken out the World Championship for the youth in the board rescue. So jump on the YouTube, go back approximately 30, 40 minutes, and you're going to witness something very, very special for your country. South Africa, probably similar timeline as well. And to Matt Brady, South Africa took out the single ski. He's the world youth champion for the national teams as well. And what we see in front of us at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, that is the sandpit. That is about to come alive in approximately 15 minutes as we have the top 8 shootout of the females and the top 8 shootout of the males on the beautiful sand, the golden beaches of Kurrawa Beach here of Queensland, Australia. And a big welcome. And How lucky are we? More finals coming up. We've got 4 big finals coming up to finish off. The A Rescue Tube Relay, stay with us. That's coming up very, very shortly. The top 8 shootout, the female flags, the top 8 shootout, the male flags, and wrapping up with the mixed M Lifesaver Relay. 4 competitors, 1 will swim, 1 will ball, 1 will ski, 1 will run. Teams determine who does what. So very, very interesting to what we see in that combination. I think you've got to play to your strengths there, Courts. I know we have a similar event, the Tupman Relay, mixed Tupman here. I think it's the ability to play to your strengths as a team in terms of swim, board, ski and run. Yeah,
absolutely. It's definitely, that's why you have the team of management that really go through, and that's why when they're selecting their team, they look for, a couple of competitors that are all-rounders, and just, who fits what spot. So it's a lot of time, energy, looking at the season to get it right, and it's really difficult. I mean, take, Australia, for example, there's so many incredible youth kids. It's insane. So you're looking at the best of the best, and you can tell, by everyone at the end of their interviews, they're just appreciating so much to be able to represent their country. But it doesn't finish here. They can continue to stay here and race next week, which they have the Interclub, so representing their club. So it's a fantastic week. Fantastic, as you said, for Germany. I spent 30 hours in the airport coming over here. Well, hopefully, they really make a holiday out of it, go and explore. There's so much, tourist attractions, Dreamworld, When Wild, all those bits and pieces, and stay here and race, do it all again next weekend.
Why not? Why not? And also what I love is about its experience for a lot of athletes coming here as well. Not only that about experience, but it's also about education. Now, a lot of people don't know, in compare with me here, Courts, a lot of them don't know your background. So give us an insight. How many years of racing did you race in surf lifesaving? How many professional years of racing? And what were some of your highlights in racing in terms of performances?
You're putting me on this one. No one wants to hear about me.
I want to hear all about it.
Oh, you're too kind.
Just to put it into context, because then I'm going to ask you about what they'll do in between days in terms of recovery. So how many years did you race as a professional Ironwoman?
Oh, it was pretty much 20. I think it was 19 years in the Iron Woman series. So, 20 years professional. You put your heart and soul into it. So I really appreciate when I see the emotion and I hear the interviews. I love that because I probably wish I did a little bit more. It means so much to you, and I love when athletes say that because it really inspires the next generation coming through. And you don't wake up at 4:30 a.m. every morning, hurt yourself in the pool for 2 hours, go off to school, come back, as you said, Jasmine Raywood, you go do a 2-hour, 1.5 hour ski paddle, board paddle, then go running, and then might do pool rescue in the night, do your homework, study, come back, swimming again, and you do it all again. You're falling asleep in the middle of school. So it's it is a commitment. It really, really is, from yourself, from your family, and here we go. Here's a few hearts. So watching this brings a lot of memories.
I want to come back then and talk about
you don't need to come back to me.
workload of training. But this was the ski highlights we saw from earlier. This was this morning, and there was a great start. This is the ski highlights this morning of the ski race, and New Zealand dominated. That was Crichton. He also dominated. We have beautiful Wales here. We get everything here on the Gold Coast. If you've never been here and you're watching on YouTube, come and visit. It is one of the greatest tourist places in the world, the beautiful Gold Coast of Queensland, Australia. This is semi-final number 2. There's a female semi-final, I should say. That's Charlotte Hart. Had a great start from Great Britain. She's had a breakout performance as well. Lani Waller there from Australia, backing up with another good craft leg. Then we had the Rescue Tube Rescue semi-finals, all about survival, getting through, qualifying. So these athletes, we see the highlights here, of course. They obviously had a big day yesterday, another day today. In terms of recovery, what's important between day to day, but also then go to pool rescue tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. At the moment, for a lot of these teams, will be doing your ice bars, so contrast, hot to cold bars. That's just really, without being too scientific about it, it really flushes out that lactic acid. It really calms the body down and gets a lot of swelling and fluid that your body really kind of gathers over that racing. So that would be something very important. Early night to bed, a lot of food, so a lot of carbohydrates. Make sure that you're really recovering properly, and hydration as well. You can get really excited and overwhelmed with everything. And as we look here, certainly talking about hydration and recovery, the beach competitors, round after round, they would have had to intake so much water and hydration in between this, and really just yeah, that's really kind of just keeping it simple, but making sure you do your recovery.
You've had drama plenty in the flags, even the young boy from Denmark. Just more disappointed because he knew it was close enough. 24 runs of flags we had this morning, in the males and females. And then we went back to the water for the board finals as well. And it was the dominance of Raywood in the board, but here's Raywood also on the ski. She went back to back, took out the board in the Raywood. Captain Raywood, she's the captain of the Australian youth team as well. Took out the board race and backed up here with the ski race. You know, unlucky. Lana Waller was a little bit unlucky there as well, but that was a wrap-up of the morning. You see the difference in conditions as we now head down to this is it. It's the top 8 shootout. It is the World Lifesaving National Youth Teams Women's Beach Flag top 8 shootout. I love this. I love the flags. It's short, it's sharp, it's entertaining. And the crowd will start to build as well. So let's have a look at our top 8 lining up. We have Margot from France, Van Heerden, South Africa, Takanashi from Japan, Boniface, look out for Misha Boniface, great form this morning as well. Santa Grantiria from Spain, Bram Bridges from Great Britain, Abrahams, South African, look out for this young lady. An absolute pocket rocket, second from the left-hand side. And Kaylin Kuntsev for the US as well. Great form this morning, USA, far left-hand side, South Africa. Abrahams there as well. And also young Misha Boniface from that of Australia. Good form this morning, but now they've had about a 2.5, 3 hour rest. Warm-up so critical to come out and fire.
Absolutely. We talked about being explosive athletes. They need to really be ready to go because they get one opportunity. Once that gun goes, that whistle goes, they are off, and if they make that one mistake and they're not ready, it's all over. So their warm-up is incredibly important. Here we go. We are ready for a start.
8 go in, 7 will come out. 7 flags at the end. It's short, it's sharp, it's entertaining. It's all about reaction time. It's all about explosive power and also tactics across the sand the last couple of metres. Heads are up, heads are down. Explosion time, good turn, left-hand side, South Africa. America in trouble. America, Great Britain. America, Great Britain. Oh, unbelievable scene. She was probably the informed flagger throughout the whole morning. And unfortunately, America, the Stars and Stripes have been eliminated.
Wow, well, definitely. I look forward to seeing that replay. That we just spoke about it just before. If you are not ready to go, there is an opportunity to easily miss out. So here we go for a replay.
Left-hand side, just off a little bit. Slow turn. All of a sudden, realises South Africa's in front. Now looking at danger. Danger. Didn't respond quick enough. Kaylin Coons there from the USA, the Stars and Stripes. And to be off just that little bit, that little 1-2%, super costly at this world level. Left-hand side, just a slow turn. She's a lot quicker. Now she knows she's in danger. That's the Don, and also not, you got one of the best flaggers next to you as well, of Abrahams as well from South Africa. And Great Britain just a little bit hungrier for that flag. And unfortunately, America has been eliminated.
Wow. Yeah, it's up, and this is where the tactics are really high, aren't they? If you're next to someone that you know, potentially going to end up being kind of in that top 3 with, and you're similar speed. If you have that opportunity, as we heard, there's 2 South African girls speak earlier this morning. They said if they have that opportunity, they're going to take them out.
Yeah, this is big as well because you've got 2 South Africa here and the ability to work together. Now, Abrahams goes, to me, round for round, pound for pound. I like the look of Abrahams and also from Amisha there as well, Boniface from Australia, being 2 dominant performers. And I think we're missing one at the moment. Why have we only got 6? We only eliminated, I believe, 1 from the last one, being that of the USA. This is quite interesting. I'm not sure what's happening here in the beach flags. Misha Boniface is not on the start list at the moment. She may have picked up some sand in the eyes or something they might be attending to. But we won't get a start here at the moment. We're still waiting for one more to come through. We'll get an update on that in a moment. I think Grant's a little bit busy down the water area. But I don't see one of the favourites here, Misha Boniface, lining up. We'll try and pick up left-hand side. I can see she's down at the flag end at the moment. You see the other girls just resetting. Left-hand side, close to camera, that's Eve Abrahams. Phenomenal young athlete. They're just reviewing here at the moment. And we can see there the green and yellow cap, Misha Boniface. It's interesting to see what's going through here at the moment.
They look quite stressed, don't they, if you have a look at the athletes'
Yeah, I'm not
faces.
sure where it comes back at the start. They might have said she potentially may have broken. I'm not sure. They're just reviewing all the iPads at the moment. She was at the other, I think she was at the other end to that of America. So it wasn't between conflict. We might try and pick up a replay if we can there, guys, if you don't mind, to try and pick up Misha Boniface. She's been in outstanding form. Let's have a look at Boniface here. So we'll see when she turns. That's her in the centre. Turns well, Boniface. The danger was the left-hand side. Now, Boniface looks super comfortable coming through from Australia. I don't see an issue there from what I can pick up at the moment. All the danger was up the other end for that of America. Bit of an awkward pickup. She's actually she got the flag trying to see Boniface.
Did she lose her flag and she can't find it?
Okay, hasn't found the flag at the moment. Hasn't found the flag. Okay. Boniface thought she's been eliminated. She has not found the flag. She thought she's been eliminated. All of a sudden, it might be null and void. It might be interesting. Do they go a runoff now? I've never witnessed this in beach flags in my many, many years, trust me, but that is interesting. Yeah, lapse in concentration, down the ground on the beach for an update. Huge drama.
Yeah, thanks, Ty. Obviously, that was the first elimination. And what's happened is there was a loss. They're calling it a lost baton. So the baton got lost in the sand, and we're now we're going to have a runoff between USA and Australia. So there was probably 3 or 4 minutes then of deliberation with the officials, but they've declared it a lost baton. So they're going to have a runoff. So back to you guys in the booth.
When was the last time you witnessed a lost baton in beach flags down there, Grant?
Oh, it's very, very, very unusual, not very common in my beach flags experience. It's not very common to be lost baton. Normally I don't get a baton, but not very common to lose a baton.
Here we go, 2 go in, 1 come out. Australia versus the US, the powerhouse of beach flags. It would be unfortunate for one of these to be eliminated. Oh, good turn. The speed across the sand. Australia may get there. Good turn from US. And it's very unfortunate because they have been 2 powerhouses through the heats of these beach flags as well.
I think that was really, the girls watching on would kind of be like, one of the best girls is going to be out, but I really feel for our Australian just there. She just really found herself just in a bit of trouble there, and now she's going to have to back up and go again. So she's going to have to take a big breath, and unfortunately, USA being eliminated there.
Yeah, the replay coming through. I like the turn from US. Had an opportunity to get a shot in front, a little bit slow round, but it's the raw speed across the sand. We saw that with the beach spin as well. Misha Boniface protects the flag as well coming down. Great technique, and she'll be able to get through that one.
Yeah, that's really, really tough. Now she's got to get back on the line and re-go again. So it's, I've never seen that in flags before, and she was incredibly unlucky to have to do that extra one. It puts a little bit of pressure. So hopefully she can kind of, she seems like she's had a bit of a breather, now reset and just, let that go behind. But from here on, I'm sure we can definitely see her grabbing onto that button and not throwing up in the air, but putting her arm off in the air.
One thing about Misha is she's from a very good stable down there in New South Wales and Mollymook, and the team that she has around her. So she would have experienced a lot of different scenarios, not only herself but also her teammates. And she knows the opportunity here, just when something like that happens, just to go back, reset mentally, reset physically, and she'll be another dominant force. I still expect her to come out 1-2, top of the tree here, but it's about putting that behind and now starting to build each run back into the final here. We go to top 7. So great young performer from Australia down the Mollymook ranks there. Great little team they have down there as well. But now on the left-hand side, and she's up against this, try and pick up, it looks like could be that of Great Britain, I think, in her left-hand side as well. So 7 go in, 6 will come out. The big shout-out to those on YouTube. We love the sandpit, we love the beach flags, and this is the National Youth World Championships. 7 will go in. You're in the top 7 in the world for your nation.
Oh, that's pretty good to have on the resume, isn't it?
It is big. It is big. Lining up now. And we'll run through. Looks like Australia there as well. Great Britain. Spain in the mix as well. Great representation from all the clubs at the moment, but we still have that. We spoke about France being there, Japan, Spain, Great Britain. We still have 2 South Africans up and about. They are danger next to each other as well. Here we go, turn. France has to go. 1 South African in trouble. Great Britain getting boxed out as well. And Great Britain will be eliminated. Great performance, but unfortunately just falling short of Farley Brand Bridges. Great performance, 7th in the national team's World Championships. Congratulations.
And it's, as you see, the girls they've given their batons in, and they're going to walk straight back to the start again. So this is where the finals are more difficult than the heats. They don't have the boys in between. They're going back to back, so this will really be, again, another test of their fitness.
And just looking at Misha Boniface we spoke about, she doesn't show much emotion, does she? I know just deep in thought, think about process left-hand side. That's a lot better turn for Boniface left-hand side. Also Spain in the red with the yellow stripe down the middle as well. We know in terms of Abraham, South Africa, the smaller of the two South Africans there lining up is explosive across the sand as they go. Very impressed with Sanquitiria from that of Spain in that run.
Such an advantage as well, having the two South African girls in there. And as we quickly move back to the ocean, we have the men's rescue tube rescue. So this will be the A final.
Yeah, we're going to have a full replay of this a little bit later on. The swimmers now made their way out. I can say that's Australia leading out at the moment at the male rescue tube rescue. That is Australia tucked in one. And I'll probably say right next to them at the moment, it's Team France making their presence felt. We spoke about the Irish team as well. It'll be Australia 1, France 2, Ireland tucked in 3. We'll sort of toss and throw from that of the rescue tube relay back to the flags as well. But it's Australia looking very, very strong and a dominant performance leading the rescue tube rescue.
Yeah, that's a great little lead there, isn't it? It's really, really stretched out. And yeah, we'll look at that a little bit later on, and we'll get back to the beach flags in a moment. And here we go on screen. We've got the girls, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, you want to
left.
make that top 3, don't you? You want to be saying, the top 3 finisher. And then once you make that 3, you talk about place by place up the podium as you go. This is it. 6 goes into the female flags. 2 from South Africa, France, Japan, Spain. And that of Australia resetting now at the moment. We haven't spoken too much about Hanomi Takanashi from Japan. We've spoken earlier today about the strength of the Japanese beach flaggers, the males and females, quietly going about her business. And that typifies the Japanese team, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, they're incredible, aren't they? I tell you what, so as we've got our split screen at the moment, we can see onto the right of the split screen that rescue tube really pushing away, but we're off for a start on the flags.
Heads down, away they go and turn. Slow turn for South Africa. South Africa in danger. South Africa in danger and unfortunately being eliminated. So left-hand screen, that's South Africa. Kira Van Heerden will finish 6th for South Africa. Meanwhile, back to the right-hand side. And what about this split screen? It's still Australia leading the rescue tube rescue. National Team Youth Championships. Strong work by Team Australia coming through now. Looks like Team France tucked in second. Swell building. Wave time. Wave time for that, the rescue tube rescue. But meanwhile, we're going back to the replay of the flags. And just stumbles. Third from the left-hand side, South Africa. A little bit high in the turn. There's the stumble. And any mistake at this level, very costly.
Yeah, if you do a little stumble, someone, and as you saw, Canada, she saw her stumble in the corner of her eye, and she took that moment to cut her off. And that's what's going to happen. You've got the 6th best in the world here. And now we move on to 5.
Here's the Australian team finishing off the rescue tube rescue. A huge congratulations to Team Australia. What a performance as they come through now. It was Gilbert Woodward, I think we had in there as well. Brennan. And wrapping up, well done to that of Team Australia taking out the gold. Looks like Team France coming in second. Team Ireland. We'll have a full replay of this coming up after the beach flags, and Team Ireland picking up that of 3rd place. And valuable 16 points for Team Ireland. Yeah, Henry Simpson was the other team member in that as well. So well done, Team Australia. Maximum points, great performance in a very challenging and grueling event. And the rescue tube rescue. Oh, Courtney, 5 go in. Misha Boniface didn't look as quick in that turn. I love the work of South Africa and France. And it's interesting, consistency is the key. And the ability to execute that reaction, that turn. It's hard to see a dominant performer at the moment. But in consistency, I do like South Africa. Second from right. Good turn, South Africa. And Australia in trouble. Australia in big trouble here at the moment. Comes through for Australia. Did she get there? Oh, Japan and Australia. They will review this. Did Japan have the baton first? The flag first, the big question.
Oh, it was close.
They will review this. The turn was better from Japan. The speed across the sand was Australia. We'll pick up Misha there, she doesn't show much emotion.
No, she's
a phenomenal young athlete.
2 run-offs would be tough, wouldn't it?
Here we go. Second from the left-hand side, third from the right-hand side. It's the turn, second from the left. The turn is Team Japan slow out of the blocks. Japan could have drifted across and protected, but no. Watch the last 3-4 steps. Unofficial, hard to say. Maybe Japan may have had it early. It's hard to see from the angle. The turn, great turn from that of South Africa. Just getting boxed out here, but it's the last 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a race-off, I do believe. They both have come up.
Wow. One went over and one went under.
This is interesting, because to me I see this race in 2 parts, this runoff. Number 1, the turn is Japan. If she can turn and potentially get a shoulder in front, creates a big challenge for Misha Boniface. But we know that Misha has the speed across the sand.
She's very, very quick. I think it's her turn maybe was definitely not her best on that last one. That was probably the slowest we've probably seen her do. She's seems to be right up the front, but she really kind of, just looked a little bit off in her turn. So she would have learnt from that, and hopefully she's got enough energy. I mean, doing two runoffs is obviously very tough, but she's very fit and she looks very calm.
Yeah, Takanashi just seems to have a lower turn, driving back towards the flag on that reaction time. Boniface is a little bit higher. Big moment. Better turn for Boniface. Stumble from Takanashi. A costly stumble as well. I thought she was in a better position. Unfortunately, just stumbled, but Boniface staying composed, staying focused, comes out. Unfortunate. We'll pick that replay up as well. Very unfortunate for the young lady from Japan. It's a phenomenal flag morning. You can see team coach there, Sam Dick, just reassuring. Let's reset. She's doing it the hard way, isn't she, Misha?
Yes, it's not easy.
That's now rerun number 2.
So she's done 2 extra runs. Here we go for that replay.
Great turn from Japan. The stumble there. She was in front. Then Boniface says, little stumble, lose momentum. Japan gets a shoulder in front. Boniface for Australia and goes through to the top 4.
Could have been one of those moments that Japan, she definitely was focused on getting the quickest turn and cutting Australia off. So maybe she could have been a little bit more focused on coming across instead of kind of focusing on going straight. I'm not too sure, but I just saw her, she kind of looked in the corner of her eye and then came across and then went off her heel. So I guess it comes back to about, focusing on yourself. And I tell you what, she would have been incredibly disappointed after that.
Yeah, she's a great young flagger coming through the Japanese ranks as well. And you can never take your eyes off the prize, and you see now 4 lining up. This is big. Top 3 finish, National Youth Championships, World Championships. This is a big finish, especially in reference to going into the Youth Inter Club next week as well. The opportunity to stamp your authority. Now, we know the strength of the South African, Abraham's far left-hand side. Very dominant performer, the beach relay and the beach spring as well. Now looking to execute this in the beach flags. Santa Quinteria from Spain, second from the left-hand side, has had some phenomenal runs. It's about being consistent. Misha Boniface, we spoke about this. She's hanging in there. She's doing it the hard way, but also performing very, very well is Vige Marget from France on the right-hand side. 4 go in, 3 go out. What do you reckon, Courts?
Oh, this is the one you want to get through. You want to get through the medal rounds. Absolutely. Fourth can be tough to swallow. Here we go.
Heads down, all about the turn. Boniface needs to get the turn. France, good turn. Spain coming across Boniface. Good work across the sand. Unfortunately, being eliminated, Team France. Santa Quinteria has performed exceptionally well. You can see the disappointment. She knows she's good enough to be there in the top 3. And just failing to execute under pressure there in that top 4. But hold your head very high. Great performance in the National Youth Beach Flag Championship, picking up 4th overall in some serious competition. Right-hand side. She got the turn. First 3-4 strides. Now Boniface starts to make the progress. Shoulder in front from Boniface. Spain also very lucky, changing direction.
Yes. And you saw South Africa. She came across. Just wanted to make it a little bit, I guess, difficult for the girls then. So she had to do that last little pivot. And unfortunately, no flags left for her at the end of the day.
See the excitement of Spain now. They're going off that run. South Africa probably going in favourite to Spain to that of... interesting. We are now holding off the top 3 of the females. Now, this is interesting. As a flagger, I would not like that.
No,
Reason
me
being,
too.
you're in the zone. You're ready to go. You're in the flow. You're in the zone. But not only that, your heart rate's up. The blood flow's up. They're now going to wait for approximately 10, 15 minutes. And in surf sports, in any sport, these things happen. It's ability now to go back. You see Mel Jackson in the background there with Misha Boniface. Go back, refuel, reset. Probably have a couple little runs prior. You want to come in hot to that big 3. Meanwhile, back to the top 8 of the males. The top 3 now set for the females. Will then go the males down the top 3, and there'll be a run-off 1 for 1. It's a mindset reset, isn't it, for the females?
Yeah,
Very interesting.
This is tough. Yeah, I agree with you, Ty. It's really tough, isn't it? And as we set for the men, the officials just getting them nice and still and straight. But for the females, it would suit some of the athletes, and then not so much some of the others. You can see our South African athlete just sitting there. She was on a very good flow, so she'll have to do her best to get back into that flow. And as you see, the men's, they're ready and very close for a start.
All right, here we go. 8 go in, 7 will come out left-hand side, the Italian stallion, Australia right-hand side, also New Zealand, Johnson there as well, going through, looking for elimination. It could be that of Great Britain, I believe. Or was it the Stars and Stripes? Might have been the Stars and Stripes, I think, are eliminated. And that's Roman Higgins, I believe, has been eliminated. He adopts the moustache as well. And quite interesting, he was in really good form earlier this morning as well. And I've had the 2 Americans that have been eliminated very early in this top 8 final. The big question is, were they warmed up enough, ready to go? I know they were in great form this morning. But unfortunately, he's eliminated in 8th position, but a great showing as well for Team USA. And a huge well done to that finishing 8th of Roman Higgins for the United States of America. From 8 we go to 7. So with a replay here, and it's the grey in the centre there. Just a slow turn out of the blocks for Higgins. He's got some great speed across the sand, but this is quality field. Oh, both gone for the Italian of Giovanni and Masciarilli. See the team, but looking very well. Turning very, very well as well. I thought Yushin Seiko from Japan. Quite interesting. Yushin Saito from Japan has taken off his long black pants. Oh, top 3. Here we go. All of a sudden, we have turned up to a top 3 for the females where the temperature is hot and burning, and unfortunately eliminated. Team Spain has been eliminated. It'll be the green and golds of South Africa and Australia to battle it out for 1 and 2. But very unfortunate for the young girl from Spain, but still a great performance.
Yeah, to get in that top 3, she, yeah, there we go. There's a little bit devastated at the start, but there you go. You saw the smile on her face. She's like, you know what? I got my bronze medal. It's fantastic. And from where they came from, for how many rounds. And here's that replay again that we can see on screen.
I love the turn of Abraham to South Africa. And I love the pure speed across the sand of Boniface from that of Australia. Look at this. The turn is in the centre and the speed is on the left-hand side. The raw speed across the sand of Boniface. This is going to be a great final. The big question is, can Boniface, very similar we saw with the Japanese young lady earlier, can Boniface turn, I should say, can Abrahams from South Africa turn and get in front of Boniface to make it difficult to come round? Or will the raw speed of Boniface lead to success on her home beach, of Australian home beach, I should say?
That looked like Boniface's best turn she's done, actually. Yeah, she was right up there, so it was really good to see her have that and give her a lot of confidence.
I was going to say, confidence is a wonderful thing. And great final coming up, Australia versus South Africa. Meanwhile, 7 go in here now, but that's the male final. And we have that of Sorensen on the far right-hand side. Raphael, second from the right. Then we go across to, looks like that of the Italian stallion of Masciarilli from Italy. Just being lined up at the moment. From there we go to Johnson from New Zealand, position 4. And right next to Johnson, the little pocket rocket, Yushin Saito, was in scintillating form this morning. Now backing up to the final. Once again, we have 2 athletes from France still in the top 7. Great turn from Japan. Great turn from Japan and South Africa. Oh, I think France has been eliminated. Look at Japan. He's up and about. We saw this morning as well. He's enjoying the moment, and with that comes the enjoyment, the confidence, and the execution of a great flag turn. Wow. What about the turn? We'll see that replay. Unfortunately being eliminated. Rafael from, look at the turn, third from the left-hand side. This is explosive. Look at that for a turn.
He does it a little bit differently as well, doesn't he? He kind of gets up like, the only thing I can think to describe is like kind of like a worm type style and then spins across. So here we can see again, third from the left there. He kind of bottom
it's like
up.
a double knee, isn't it? It's like a double knee turn. It's a little bit unorthodox to the traditional turn, but
it's very fast.
Whatever works for you,
you go with that.
You go. That's exactly right. You run with it. Okay, great little battle here. Team Australia versus that of South Africa. Great battle. Now, from what we've seen, right-hand side, Abraham's best turn in the game. Speed across the sand, left-hand side, Boniface. Big challenge here. Heads up, heads down. Abraham's going to execute the turn and drift across. Abraham comes, Boniface fighting back. Abraham protects the flag, and our champion from South Africa. What a performance. She took out, I should say, South Africa took out the single male ski race earlier. But what a moment. What a moment for the young lady from South Africa. And to be honest, Eva Abrahams has probably been the most dominant performer throughout the whole 30-odd rounds.
She has been incredible right from the start. She stood out. And look at that, the sportsmanship. We love that. And Boniface, she definitely had a tough run then, didn't she? But we are so lucky because we actually do have Grant right in there with all the action on the beach.
Here we are, we're just down here with our winner. Congratulations. How do you feel out of that? What about the emotion?
So good. Sorry. I've worked so hard for this. I put in so many hours and I have so many people to thank. And I'm really, really grateful for the chance to be here.
And to do it on this stage, one of the best beach flags pits in the world, how special is that?
Like, this is my dream since young. I've always wanted to be here, be doing this. So it's really big for me. It's like a little girl's dream come true.
How special, and for your teammates, through all family and friends that are watching back home, what are some of the messages to the family and friends watching back home in South Africa?
The love has been so amazing. It's been so overwhelming. I even have messages from like EJ Forsyth, which is so cool because that's who I've been looking up to. So it's been so great, especially with such a great team. They're so amazing, and my family, my mom, my dad, and my brother. It's been so great to have them there. Yeah.
Put your hands together for South Africa winning, taking out the women's beach flags. Congratulations. Back to you, Ty.
Oh, what a performance, and a big thank you, Grant. The emotion says it all. Look at the males now. Oh, looks like potentially Australia has been eliminated. Sorensen, you can see the disappointment because it means so much. One as an individual, but also the opportunity to step up on the big stage of the national youth. But just shows the quality. But going back to Eva Abrahams, a phenomenal interview. And if you get a chance, Grant, I'd love to know. I would love to know the country. I should say the club that she's from in South Africa as well, to give them a shout out. I'm not sure if you can chase that up, but let's look at the replay here. We spoke about the dominance of the turn and the execution, the ability to get the shoulder in front. We know Boniface, the speed across the sand is unbelievable. Just can't get there. Made the run a little bit more difficult to come around, and this is it. You are the national youth world champion, and what a moment. And the speech said it all, and it's quite emotional. And the boys turn. Look at the danger, third from the left-hand side. Sorensen trying to get the shoulder in front of South Africa. Can't get there in liquids all sorts at the moment and falls a bit short, and you see the disappointment. Well, we've seen both sides of the pendulum there, haven't we?
Oh, we certainly did. You know, we just saw South Africa. He just got the better of our Australian there, but I love that interview. That was, you know, I'm with the girls from Spain in the board rescue. I think they've been my favourite two of the day. But she just, you know, she said as a little girl, this is my dream, and I've always wanted to be here, race in Australia, and the tears came out, and that was just really beautiful. And just hearing athletes talk about that and say that, it you know, it makes for us, you know, being here and commentating this, it's such an absolute pleasure and joy.
It's raw emotion. The other thing too is it typifies what lifesaving is all about around the world. It's about opportunities. Now, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a lifeguard, you know, or whether you go to another country, you can always go, and the sense of community and the enjoyment right around the world, unbelievable. And a shout out to EJ as well. Elizabeth Forsyth, what a great human she is as well. You know, she's won that many Australian flag championships, obviously current Australian flag champion as well. To reach out to young Eva and wish her good luck when she's been a role model, and I get pretty emotional with that too. And great to see. She's a great young lady, And also she's a great older lady being a VJ as well. This is it. 5 go in, 4 will come out. The Italian Stallion still in the centre. We'll have some work to do here. Big turn, great turn. Oh, Japan's got to work, New Zealand in particular. Battle here. I think he's going to fall probably a little bit short. Oh, to Team Italy. What a performance. He did so well. Giovanni Masterilli, unfortunately, has been eliminated. Yushin Saito, he didn't have the turn that we've seen through the prior runs.
Yeah, I saw
Is
that
it nerves?
as well.
Is it the pressure on the big stage?
He just was a tiny bit off, wasn't he? He's been so dominant. He kind of went back and he just looked like he fell a little bit. So getting closer and closer. We move to 4 now. So the nerves might be kicking in. He might be thinking a little bit too far ahead and really got to stay in the present.
Yeah, I think just executing that turn. I love the work of Jake Hutton. Now, we haven't mentioned Jake Hutton much, but you've just seen Eva. Fella, look at the Japanese are up and about. I love this.
Can he give us that energy? It's
so
brilliant.
Talk about energy. We got Japan trying to get the energy from the team supporting there. And then you got Jake Hutton here in centre. He had the best run of all 4 just then. Now, that could be the confidence that he's just picked up. The confidence in the moment of seeing Eva Abraham winning that for the females. All of a sudden you lift a little bit. And it's moments in sport that can make a huge difference. This is it. 4 go in, 3 will come out. France is still there. That's Adrian from France. Saito, Japanese, front and centre on the right-hand side. Let's not forget Zach Graham David Johnson, one of the longest names in the competition, but he's up and about as well and being very consistent. And the right-hand side, Jake Hutton. Big stage, big moment. 4 go in, 3 flags will be at the end. The bigger bodies too. The bigger bodies we spoke about of Hutton and also of Johnson. The smaller body there of Yushin Saito. We know Saito turns super quick. He needs to get his shoulders in front. Big moment, big stage, calls for big plays.
You want to get this through this one so you can get the chocolates. It's unfortunately...
Who do you like? It's tough, isn't it? But it's so even, and that's what I love about this. You know, you can look at a surf race that's 2, 3, 4 minutes long. You know, coming in, looking at heats, looking at semi-finals. You know roughly who, with all things being equal and not taking surf into contention and skill sets, you know roughly who's your top 3 or 4. This is a different ball game. This is it. Any of these 4 can become world champion in the next 5 or 6 minutes on the big stage.
It's been super dramatic, hasn't it? We've seen people falling over, we've seen false starts, but I love Sato's energy. I really, really love the energy there.
Heads up, heads down. Turn needs to be from Japan. Good turn for Japan. Needs to drift in front. Hasn't drifted. However, he was there good enough to get in front of New Zealand, and he's in the top 3. Oh, look at the excitement. The excitement of Yushin Saito. He's in the top 3, getting the energy of the crowd. I love this. But Jake Hutton, the South African, to me, is on point.
Yeah, he's really lifted, and as you said, that team energy, the team environment. I think he's been incredibly inspired, and it's always interesting that, so every time they go back in for each round, they draw a stick, which will be their number. So this one will be 3 sticks, 1, 2 or 3. So it'll be really interesting who's in the middle because they get the decision whether they go right or left.
And a shout out to Zach Graham David Johnson from New Zealand. Great performance. He's got 4th, but a phenomenal effort. And I love this. Now, what I love about Yushin as he makes his way back, he has high-fived the Denmark team, the South African team. This turn, he needs to get his shoulder in front. He's the best turner in the game. He's got to drift here. He's got to drift because he knows he hasn't got the raw speed across the sand. That is the strength of Jake Hutton and Cordy Adrian. That is their strength. Left-hand side. Doesn't turn as well as that of Saito. But the raw speed of the French and the South African can get him. He needs to dominate that turn and drift in front if he wants to get the cookies at the end of this event.
Yeah, he just hasn't got the size and the shoulders. So, yeah, you're spot on type. He can get around and be first and just get his body in front. That's going to be his best opportunity. Can you imagine if he does win the claim?
He's got the best energy. He's got the best energy.
Yes, he does.
All right, here we go. 3 go in.
People's champion.
We have Japan, left-hand side. France, centre. And Hutton. What I love about this, we're going to have a Japanese winner, a French winner, or a South African winner in that of the Youth World National Team's beach flags. I tell you what, his battery is full at the moment, young Saito. He's got to turn, he's got to drift. He's got to drift. Meanwhile, France and South Africa need to have their best turn possible. They have the raw speed across the sand. We know that. We've seen that. We've been through 31 runs this morning and this afternoon. It comes down to this. 2 more to become the national youth team's world champion. Good turn. Turn drifts. He drifts in front. That's what we spoke about. The muscle up. Oh, Japan's through again. Execution to a T. But I love the turn of Jake Hutton. He turned on par with Saito then. And that is what he wants to do again. All of a sudden 3 becomes 2. And we'll see that replay in a moment. And that is the execution we want to see from Team Japan of Saito. He's got to turn and drift.
It was really tight there. It got really messy in the middle. We'll see that replay. I love that great sportsmanship. They're obviously good friends.
If we can stay with them as they gain in the line, watch the support they get. Watch the support they get here at the moment. Saito, South Africa. Watch Saito on the crowd. Look at this. High five some other teammates. Look at this. 1 to go. We know the importance there. All right, that's Marbo there, team manager from Japan. Along they go, the whole line. Look at the support of this young man from Team Japan. Let's look at the replay. Now, this is it. He needs to execute this again. Left-hand side, turns well, drifts. Great execution. Love the work from South Africa, Hutton. A little bit of argy-bargy. 2 dominant flaggers come out in front. Little dig for the sand. The disappointment of France, but hold your head high.
I think also if you look again, South Africa, Hutton moved across just to make it difficult for the other 2 going for it.
That's a good battle.
Wasn't it?
That is a good battle. Wow. We talk about the UFC in sand, in the sand pit. This is a great battle. Will it be the strength of South Africa? Interesting point now. He's turning inwards to South Africa, that of Saito. He needs to get his shoulder in front. We know that. Of Hutton from South Africa and Saito of Japan. This is a great battle. Who do you like, Courts? Who do you like? Where do you go?
I was just going to say exactly the same thing. Great battle because we've got 2 completely different athletes. You've got, although Sutton, he was very, very good in that last turn, but we've got he's more the muscle and the speed. And Saito, he's grabbing the energy from the crowd, and his turn has consistently been the quickest. So totally different strengths. So this is going to be really, really interesting.
1 run for the national youth team's flag champion, world champion for 2024. 1 run, your best run. Do you think about how many times they have performed and executed a flag start? They need this one to be on point.
Mistake free.
I like the strength of Hutton in the last 3 steps. I love the energy of Saito. Saito turns, drifts in front. Here we go. And that's the strength of Hutton in front. The brawn strength of Hutton. He gave it every shot, Saito from Japan. But South Africa have gone back to back. The female and now male. There you have Eva, our female champion. And Jake Hutton, take a bow, South Africa.
Oh, that was incredible. And he really was just waiting for his time, wasn't he? He just got quicker and quicker as every round went on. But they look like they're good buddies, great sportsmanship there. And we know that Saito is extremely happy getting runner-up.
Yeah, phenomenal effort from Saito, second from Japan. But it was the energy, I believe it was the energy from Abraham winning the females that lifted Jake up as well. Let's go down the beach. Grant is with our winner.
Jake, just come here if we can. Jake, congratulations. Just get marked off so it's official. Wow, back-to-back for South Africa. Well done.
That was amazing. That was bloody amazing.
Tell us about that victory. How much effort has gone in to get that win?
I mean, you couldn't believe it. I mean, before this comp, even when I was selected, I put in enormous amounts of training towards it. And about 5 weeks out, during a training session, I tore my hamstring and I thought it was over. But I decided to not let that get into my head. And I came back stronger than anyone on this flags arena. And for that, I'm proud of myself.
So, Jake, just to rewind there, 5 weeks ago, you tore your hamstring.
That's correct.
Unbelievable. What a comeback. And what motivated you, obviously doing it for team and doing it for Team South Africa?
I mean, ever since I was about 12 years old, I saw Raul de Mornay from South Africa win. And since I saw him, I knew I wanted to win. As well as last Worlds in Italy, I saw one of my close friends, Sam Boyson, win. And ever since I saw him win, I just wanted to be like them. And now I am.
Congratulations, Jake. You go celebrate with all your teammates over there. Wow, what a story, what a comeback story, Ty. And Courtney, back to you.
Yeah, that is brilliant, and brilliance for a number of reasons. One, to win here at the World Championships, but to me that's resilience. It's a true test of resilience for a young man coming through as well. And from adversity comes greatness. What about that? A hamstring 5 weeks ago. But I love the mind strength of this young man. The ability to say, I'm not going to let that bother me. And also the confidence of coming in to say, I am the strongest on this beach today. And haven't we witnessed something? I get pretty emotional watch this. This is it's world class and showcasing the best in surf sports, but it's beyond that. It's beyond the athletic performances we're seeing today in terms of mateship, teamwork, resilience, confidence. We see it all. It's amazing, isn't it?
That was so special, and I agree with you. I think both of them going back to back and just drawing that energy from each other, that was incredible. And yeah, there we go, on the shoulders. Love it, absolutely. Oh, look at this. That is memories for life.
This is brilliant. Do the lap down the Broad Beach
Why
Mall.
not?
Make your way up the Surfers Paradise down Covell Avenue. They own the beach.
Absolutely.
They own the beach. Now let's put this in perspective as well, because Matt Brady from South Africa got the confidence ball rolling a matter of about an hour ago when he took out that ski race. And that's what I love about surf sports. Look at the run here. We know the turn is Japan, and he tried to execute. Sato did everything he did to try and get in front, but it's the strength coming across the line there from Hutton from South Africa. And we started with 32 competitors. He's had 31 runs to get to where he is today. Right there, 31 times of executing, and to make this one his best one and the most memorable. Take a bow, Jake Hutton, South Africa.
Yeah, I definitely think he got quicker. Yeah, I think his 31st run was his quickest, so it shows a lot of fitness. And I just love how he had the injury, which most people would have been down in the dumps and thought, I'm not going to race, I'm not, not good enough, I've done this, I've done that. And he said, no, I'm going to come back stronger than ever, I'm not going to let this beat me. And he'll do big things in life, because mindset like that, you can do anything you want.
That's right. If you believe you can achieve, and well done to South Africa. I know these one grand finale, we've got the update there. We'll go to the top six for the females. Abraham's won a face, a great performance. Then we went down to the Spain of Central Canteria from Spain. What a performance. Margot there from France, Takanashi and Van Heerden from South Africa. I tell you what, they have turned up in the beach arena, South Africa. What a performance from South Africa. We have one major event coming up, a live event. We're going to show the replay of the Rescue 2 relay as well, but Jake Hutton from South Africa, Sato from Japan, take a bow. One of the most favourable competitors of the beach flags, and there in France of Adrian, they're in third. But the replay going back to that of the men's Rescue 2 rescue, start off that with the swim first. It was the right-hand side where all the action was. This is the A final. And we can see that of Australia looking to stay a little bit longer on their legs to really maximise that weighting and porpoising across the back bank and negotiating. The interesting thing with the swell today as well is the swell's quite close together. We're looking at a 7 or 8 second period between the waves, which means a strong resistance. Australia went out 1, France in 2. Ireland had a very good swim. They're in 3 as well. Then it was over to the rescuers. The ability to put the fins on with the tube and swim out to the patient as quick as they can to rescue the patient. It is a phenomenal event, this one. Typifies the rescue technique right around our beautiful world and country, I should say world and countries. And the pickup, they clip in. The patient cannot use their arms. They go streamlined position. They are allowed to kick. And now this is the pure swim strength of the swimmer back. And it's Team Australia that had probably a 5 metre lead, you can see at the moment. But the big move was France, making their move up Australia. But a nice little wave come through. The handover now to those of the carry to carry, and they'll go across the line. It was Australia Team A in 1, France in 2nd. Congratulations to Team Ireland in 3rd. Czech Republic, what a performance in 4th. Spain in 5th, Japan in 6th. The USA are in 7th. And a Great Britain wrapping up the A final in a gallant effort of 8th. What a performance. There's the wrap we see coming through. Riley Brennan, Team Australia. He's captain of the Australian team as well. Well done, Braden Woodford, Kai Gilbert and Henry Simpson. Phenomenal athletes that have executed the Rescue 2 tube rescue performance to a T. Team France at Mathis Raphael, well done as well. Down to 8th spot, that of Great Britain. What a day of day 2 of the youth, with one major event to go. If there's an event you want to win as a team, this is the one. It is the Open Mixed Ocean M Lifesaver Relay. It'll consist of a run leg, a swim leg, a board leg, and a ski leg. 4 legs. The runner will run transitions as well. 4 legs, 2 males, 2 females, with each country nation determining which male and which female will do each discipline. They will play to their strengths. If there's an event they want to win, it'll be this one. It's a Youth Mixed Ocean Lifesaver Relay. And we'll start with a little short dash of the run, in a swim, run board, run ski with a run finish. Probably going this, I'd probably say, based off results of the individual disciplines. I expect Team Australia to be potentially the favourites going to this, but we never know. Confidence is a wonderful thing. Look at that Team Australia: Simpson, Callaghan, Raywood, Boniface. So Boniface will be the runner. Ray would be interesting to see. I expect potentially Raywood on ski. Potentially on ski with Simpson and Callaghan with swim and boards. Look out for that. New Zealand, very, very strong team. Shotter, Swamberg, Miller Crichton and Pocock. I expect to see, look in there as well, we see probably most of them will opt for their second female to be runners by the looks of the team selected. As we come now down to USA, South Africa, Hong Kong, perform exceptionally well today. Denmark, Ireland, France. And the Argentinian, they have the best support on the beach. The Argentinian team, and a big welcome and a huge congratulations to all athletes, all team support networks as well, and management. What has been a phenomenal day 2 of 4 days. They're over the pool tomorrow and that of Sunday, the youth, as we bring the Opens to the main arena here of the beach. And the main pool arena will see the youth the next 2 days as well. Grand final event of the Ocean. The crowd is building. And slight changing conditions. We see that wind's really started to pick up from what we saw this morning. There's a little bit of a wind swell. We see the kite surfer out there as well. Low tide, the tide's starting to push in. Final instructions now being given to that of the runners. And of course, what a day. What a day to come in on day 2. We'll have a little bit of a wrap up of our highlights before we finish off today. But for those on YouTube joining us and live stream right around our beautiful world, a huge welcome. We hope you enjoyed the day as much as we have. And what about this? The grand finale. This one means a lot to teams, doesn't it?
It is. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the magic that's happened all day. And this is the one that, everyone wants it. It's the last one at the end of the day. And you just feel it's a team. You get all in together. You'll see everyone lined up cheering on, and you can see everyone there, all the athletes just getting their last instructions before they go out. And this is one of my favourites. I love it. As I said before, everyone gets together. And as we can just see in the background, you see the flags chopping and changing there. So when we saw the highlights package before about this morning, it was perfectly flat, beautiful. But Gold Coast, very open beaches. We're very well known for having that kind of either a northerly or a southerly come in the afternoon. So very choppy. As we heard the South Africans speak earlier this morning, they are definitely used to this wind. They said they get it every single day, so they will definitely be loving this wind, and it'll really be the athletes that are making the most of those little chops.
Yeah, you spoke about the magic, and for me today, we've seen some magic in racing, but it's all the magic outside the racing. The team support, the morale, the story, the excitement, the emotions, the interviews that have been done, and the topics of discussion on those interviews, from South Africa, right through from the Spain girl to the Australian team as well, New Zealand, the list goes on and on. So many great stories, and that's what Lifesaving is all about. And once again, a huge congratulations to get this event running to Ron Rankin AM, Chair and Project Director of this event, and Graham Ford, AO, President of International Lifesaving Federation. David Wimpy, the CEO of Surf Lifesaving Queensland. Obviously, it's conducted in the beautiful state of Queensland of Australia, and also Surf Lifesaving Australia. Minister of Tourism and Sport, Honorary Michael Healy, and Tom Tate, who's the Gold Coast City Mayor and great supporter of sport in particular. And this event doesn't go ahead without all the officials. We see the rescue boats there. The officials doing a wonderful job. And we talk about 17 days of racing, just under 50 countries taking place as well. This event doesn't go ahead without great supporters and sponsors as well. So to Tourism and Events Queensland, the Australia's Gold Coast, Queensland Government, Risk Intelligence, Kiwana Surf Lifesaving Club for hosting the Ocean, the Gold Coast Aquatic Centre as well, to Ampol, great supporters of Surf Lifesaving Australia. To Race Run Surfcraft and their great support for Surf Lifesaving as well, not only through Australia but also internationally. And to the Event Co, we say thank you to our major and supporting sponsors. It's hard to believe, we're only probably halfway through the program of our 15 days heading up as of tomorrow. But the excitement is still building as our last webinar. So day 2 finishes today, and then we spoke about earlier, pool rescue tomorrow. So a lot of the European teams very, very strong. We know in the Opens we saw the Italian team are currently sitting second overall. We expect to see some brave showing of the youth tomorrow and the day after in terms of pool rescue of the European teams as well.
And then we swap it over. So the next 2 days we'll be seeing the Opens. They take to the ocean, and then, as you just said before, so the youth will take to the pool. So we swap it over. So we everyone gets a bit of everything over these next couple of days. And I wish we did this competition every year. It's fantastic. 2 years is too long to wait.
I wish we did this competition every day.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. It's such a healthy sport. And you spoke about earlier about your training as a professional Iron woman as well. They are the fittest and fastest surf sports athletes in the world. The input they have, you talk about the ocean men and open women, even like the commitment of the beach flaggers and beach sprinters. You're looking at something like 10 to 14 sessions a week they are doing. And not only 1 hour, they're up to 2 hours, but the community of support they have from every club around the world as well is second to none. Quick one on you, quick one. In your prime, weekly training, how many sessions did you do in discipline as a top elite Ironwoman?
There was, adding it all up, there was 4 swims in the pool for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Ski paddling, 1, 2, 3. 3 ski paddles, 2 boards, 2 irons, 1 to 2 gyms. And I probably did a bit more running than most people. I was probably more 3 to sometimes 4, depending on who it was with.
I think I'm up to 16. I'm counting. And let's talk about the runs, North Burleigh Hill as well. North Burleigh Hill.
Yes. I did them when you were training there. Did a few hills with your kids. Certainly. I think, and that's the thing when I was training and see the young kids, and that would inspire you a lot. And thinking of inspiring, this is our start list. We've got New Zealand. They're going to start up number 1 on the north side there. Great Britain. They've been very strong. Japan, the energy. And then we look through and we've got Australia, Spain, Canada, all going through. So Australia going to be in the middle of the field, as we see there. We go over the page, your favourite cap, the USA, and then we move down to the bottom, Argentina, France, Ireland been doing very well, Denmark, Hong Kong. So it's all happening there, and it's going to be very, very fierce.
So it's run leg to swim leg, to run leg to board leg, to run leg to ski leg, to run leg to finish. And one last thing while we've got a bit of time to look at the crowd building as well. A hot tip course for those watching around the world that want to step into surf sports. What's a hot tip for them to potentially one day try and be at this stage?
Oh, I think starting off with nippers if you can. That's just the best. You make your friends, you get used to the ocean, and you start to be a part of that community. If you start a little bit later, that is absolutely fine, but it's learning how to swim. So getting in the pool and I guess, learning how to swim there first. And then, as I said before, nippers, and then being able to surf and just being consistent and having fun with it. Definitely don't put, pressure on yourself. Just, it's all about learning and enjoying it, especially early in the years. And then I really believe watching and having heroes and looking up to them. I really think that's where, we're humans, we're like sponges, we copy, we learn, and I think that's, where I used to watch and learn, and you have heroes. So I think, that would be certainly get into nippers, learn how to swim. You're going to keep those skills for life wherever you end up.
Could not have said that any better. Well done. I love that about the heroes as well. There's plenty of heroes on the line. Quite interesting. We can see some countries deciding to go with a male swimmer, some countries decide to go with a female. So now remember, you've got a runner, swimmer, board paddler, ski paddler. 4 disciplines, 2 male, 2 female, and each country or nation will determine which leg they do. So very, very interesting. So many great points. And for me as well is surround yourself with good people, enjoy what you do, get out and play in the ocean. The ocean, they are thrills for free. Get out there. They're probably sometimes better than some of the entertainment rides you can do at the theme parks as well. Get out and just have some fun. And with your training, be consistent and be persistent. Hang tough. And you can see a lot of these people have done that as they line up Here we go, males versus females. That's what we love. It's probably I think it might be just the first time potentially might have been a mixed gender event being conducted as well. I know they've just introduced those of the mixed tuplin here in Australia as well at the Australian Championships. They're probably going as favourites. Team green and gold. All right, run leg is away. I can hear the whistle go for the start. Down they come. And away we go, South Africa. And it's Ethan Callahan. The big striding legs of Ethan Callahan. Up and about a moment. We can see also great stuff in Great Britain, also a great start there from the Kiwis in New Zealand.
Oh, I love how they had the beach runners out in front there and they ran down the hill, so they would have been coming so fast into their swimmers. But yeah, certainly those swimmers, they are out and happening, and we can see Ethan Callahan, the long legs, he's still dolphin diving out there, and you can see everyone tussling to try and get on his wash and make his way. He's still going. Ethan is still going out there. He said he's 6'1" and he's really making the most of that at the moment. It's
a great skill set, isn't it? Great skill set of Ethan Callahan. We said, one, it's about being a good swimmer, but it's the ability to negotiate the break going in and out. Now, France, let's give me an update. France have had a massive day. They're currently sitting by 18 points, second in the point score ahead of New Zealand. Now, this is massive in the context of youth and surf sports and lifesaving. You see confidence, a wonderful thing, as they move up in a second at the moment, that of Team France. But it's Australia at the moment out in front. We then go back to that of Team France, South Africa making their presence felt, New Zealand tucked on the outside, and Great Britain sneaking up on the inside. It is an M-shaped course. They'll go out, they'll come in, they'll go back out again. But it's all Australia. Ethan Callahan at the moment out in front.
And Ethan would be used to that, being a part of he'll do his first Shaw and Partner series this year. He obviously won the Next Gen, so he'd be used to these M-shapes. And the thing about M-shapes is you have to kind of reset yourself when you go around Cairns. So it's actually a lot trickier, and especially when you get into the shallows and have to go around that pole and head straight out again. It's incredibly difficult. It definitely tests the fitness more so than a regular swim where you go around kind of a box shape.
You talk about fitness, it's probably the fittest I've seen. I get the opportunity to see him day in, day out training as well. It's the fittest I've seen Ethan Callahan. And the other thing too is he finished his studies last year, so he's got an opportunity now to put a lot of energy into all that of his training. And he's surrounded by very good people, from coach Michael King right down to all the top athletes you look at there. You know, Corey Fletcher, who raced in the Australian Open team. You got Ben Carberry as an example, and Brielle Coopers and all the girls there as well. In a little hole at the moment. He'll come through this the first half of the M shape. The other thing I love about where Ethan Callahan is at the moment, he's got clean water, so he doesn't have to worry about athletes around him going around the M shape. He can go around, look at the ocean, reassess the conditions, know exactly where he needs to go, and then execute.
And what I really liked about what Ethan did then, he got up and going. As you can see, these competitors, a few of them are diving. It's a lot quicker if you get up on your feet and wade, which is the more painful of the two to do, but it's definitely a lot faster. And you spoke about Ethan finishing his studies. All I can think about, the best thing about that, is naps after swimming.
Yeah, if you're looking forward to finishing this his last event too, as Callahan in one. We saw some movement coming around from France, South Africa there as well, New Zealand up there in the mix as well. And you've got to remember, this is one of it's 3 water disciplines, and then we have run legs in between as well. So still a long way to go. Now we know the strength in ski paddling from New Zealand we saw as well. So I expect to see some move from New Zealand in that of the ski legs coming up. We see Ireland making their presence felt midfield at the moment. We'll probably go back to Canada there in the mix as well. Maybe that of Denmark. And there's New Zealand just sitting in the back of the pack at the moment, tucked in behind that of France. So we see at the moment the second pack, but Ethan Callahan. What an exhibition of surf swimming as he goes around the second part of the M-shaped course. And the chase pack are on the move.
He's certainly setting up his team very well, and that's what happens in a relay. If you're off first, you know, you really want to set your competitors and your team setting up behind you and give them that good start. So he's definitely doing that at the moment. I know he'll hope for a wave. He didn't get a wave on that first part of the M shape now. And another skill that you really need when you're coming in on these M shape is not to actually run into someone coming the other way. So you have to make sure you give enough gap there and just be really, you used the word aware earlier this morning, aware of where the other competitors are.
Yeah, most definitely. And one thing I noticed with Ethan Callahan, it's a little bit of a different swimming style. He always lifts his head up first. Now, normally speaking, waves come. Watch the legs come in here. He'll build the legs. Watch the leg come in for a leg kick. There it is there. A little bit of an armchair rider. This is the skill set of this young man as he comes in. You'll see him lock into position. The legs will come into play in a moment. Wait for the lock in. Over he comes now. Ethan Callahan. There he is, locked in now. enjoys the ride. It's a good feeling when you pick up a wave, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. He's done that so well, and it's a skill that you need in surf swimming and Ironman racing as well. So he'll just tap his runner there, and she'll get going, and she's got a big day ahead of her, a couple of runs.
Yeah, well, you think she's had 30-odd runs in beach flags. Misha Boniface now
she's backing it up
now
again.
got to back up with another 4 runs. She'll sleep well tonight as she now hands over Jasmine Raywood. Hey, Carl, it's interesting to see if Jasmine Ray would be on the ski or board, but Raywood now, she took out the board race earlier today as well in very good form. It's probably the weaker of the 3 disciplines of a swim, board and ski. I'd say her board would be probably the weaker, but she showed today she can come out on top.
Yeah, it looks like, the coaches have really backed us. She's in really good form. And I see what Australia have done there as we see South Africa not too far behind, doing very well. But I think what they want to do, Australia, they want to finish off with a male on the ski. And then so you will have South Africa will really need to do some work now, because they will finish off with their, looks like it potentially could be their female that'll be on the ski.
If I was a male racing that of Jasmine Raywood, I'd be a little bit nervous.
Absolutely.
I would be a little bit nervous. Captain Raywood, I tell you what, she has a phenomenal day and a half. She's taken out every individual event. She won the swim, she won the board, she won the ski. And took out the Ocean Woman event as well. But what a captain's knock by Jasmine Raywood now. Obviously leading out the females at the board leg as well. And superb captain's knock by Raywood.
And it is a really, as we said before, doing an M shape in any discipline is so much harder than just doing around the single cans, which we usually do, the traditional way. So this is really fantastic that the athletes get to really experience this M shape, and especially when there is a little bit of surf on offer. Skills, they do pay the bills in this type of conditions. So we'll wait and see. And Jasmine Raywood, she would be another one that is very familiar with that M-shaped course.
Yeah, that might be Nikita there. This is a good little battle. France and Great Britain. And I think that's missing Nikita there with that of Charlotte Hart. Now, they are 2 superstars of our sport, one from France and one from Great Britain on the chase of. They're in 3rd and 4th at the moment. That is a great battle, but they are very good athletes in their own nature in terms of this. So that's them at 3rd and 4th at the moment. Chasing in 2nd was, I think we're trying to pick up that 2nd team that come through. Was that South Africa, I think, that come around in 2nd. So Raywood in 1 for Australia. South Africa there in 2. Then we go back and see Charlotte Hart just trying to dictate and control the race in 3rd. Just cuts across a little bit to Nikita and says, look, Great Britain's coming through here. Old France can tuck him behind. It's a good tactics. Raywood, little swell now for Raywood. Try and pick up the current. It's in that deep water at the moment, but it's Australian 1. She would love an armchair ride, won't she, like Ethan Cunningham back to the beach. Yeah,
she's having a little look over her shoulder, but she's certainly not losing that momentum. Here she goes. She's got a little bit of a wave there. There we go. That should set her up, and she'll be able to cut across so she can end up going exactly on that pole. So here we go with South Africa coming through. He's doing a very strong paddle. He's actually picked up a wave a little bit further out than what Jasmine actually caught her, so he'll be able to catch up a few metres on Jasmine.
Yeah, that's a massive paddle. Now, big question is, do we have Matt Brading, who took out the single ski for South Africa, coming up as well? So this is very interesting. So this is the second part of the M now going round as Raywood goes out. Massive 2 days of racing for Captain Raywood of Australia. And I'm sure she'll sleep well tonight. And she's just as good in the pool as well.
Yeah, she is. And she even did a bit of the beach stuff as well. She said she didn't want to speak about that one too much, but she certainly can do it all, and obviously a very smart cookie as well, doing her uni and everything like that. So she's, very clever, and also her sister being the team as well. Very supportive family, and she's doing all the right things at the moment. She's out there in front and really managing those bumps and little swells very well.
Yeah, Australian 1 now. Made a little bit of a move here, South Africa. Probably pulled back 5 metres, I reckon, on that of Raywood. That's probably the benefit of going being in 2nd. You can see where the leader is, so you can determine where I'm gaining or need to push a little bit harder. They should be working at mass capacity. Team America now comes round. This young man from America also did the beach flags, I believe, as well. So shows the versatility of the American team going out. On the chase now, we can see there's Great Britain and also that of France. They're still side by side. Let's watch this battle for 3rd and 4th. That's a great little battle between 2 countries where the athletes actually train here on the Gold Coast. So Nikita trains at North Fifth, and that of Charlotte Hart trains at Burley Heads Mowbray Park. So great little battle, but it's all Raywood in front at the moment. South Africa doing very well. We are now the 4th leg with 3 legs to go. South Africa still close enough.
Yeah, they definitely are close enough. And we've seen the waves. They do, they are breaking a little bit further out than what they were this morning. So there is an opportunity to get on that and kind of click it up with the athlete in front of you. So we shall wait and see. I actually just saw the South African competitor. He actually did a board rescue turn. So instead of going around on his belly like we saw Jasmine do, he actually did a board rescue and spin it around, and he did that quite nicely.
This is interesting because I'm trying to see which South Africa, whether they'll have to play their strengths at the ski paddle. They may have already, I think they had a male swimmer, so they may have a female ski paddler. And Raywood in 1, South Africa in 2. It's all green and gold at the moment, Australia and that of South Africa. The big battle I love is back in 3rd and 4th as well between Great Britain and that of France. And you can see there's Australia at the moment. So if South Africa, if Raywood comes into a little bit of a hole, a little bit of luck in the ocean for South Africa, he may halve the distance, so they're back in 2nd place at the moment. Raywood's looking for a little swell. Little one's starting to build now for Raywood. This is the lift. Won't get there, South Africa. He may be on the next one. Raywood's all of a sudden may pull over the top. So he's really brought this back. We spoke about it, probably a 20 or 30 metre lead that went back to about 15 metres, now potentially back to about 5 metres. The big decision, I know the males, the Australian team have a male ski paddler. Finishing off. Old Misha, she's up again. One more to go after this one, Misha, in terms of... and it could be, I'd say, Henry Simpson will be paddling.
I'd love to see her steps at the end of this day. She's a little bit confused where to go.
Matt Brading could be on ski here. This could be very interesting. We'll pick this up in a moment. I did see Matt Brading. It is a female ski paddler. His name's on the list. He must have swum or been on the board there, Matt Brading. So it is Henry Simpson will go out in 1. Male competitor will be the female ski paddler. She paddled very, very well as well. I think that might be Holly Smith. Holly Smith coming through for that of South Africa. Paddled very well for South Africa in 2. Very hard Henry Simpson to pick up. This is the battle I love here back in 3 and 4. So it's Great Britain. Britain now comes round in 3. France now in 4. Change on the water's edge as well. It's been a massive day for these athletes.
And I've seen a couple of times what's happened is the runners are actually confused where their competitor is. I think they weren't actually told that they were going to be in the water, so they're kind of losing a couple of meters, a couple of the teams there. So that'll be really interesting if that changes any positions. But at the moment, Australia looking extremely comfy, and it looks like I think they've really got their order. They really, really nailed it.
Yeah, really played their strengths, haven't they, in the youth mixed ocean lifesaver relay. It is a mixed team as well, and it's Henry Simpson from Team Australia out in 1. South Africa still tucked in position 2 at the moment, holding on. But the big move is at the moment Great Britain in 3, and that of France in 4. The final leg to hand over for that final run. And look at the, if we pan back, look at this at the crowd. Look at the atmosphere building, the arena here at Currawong Beach. What is the national team's Youth Ocean Day 2 Championships. It's been such a good day, Courts. What a day. And how lucky are we to get the privilege of calling this as well. Around they go, South Africa in 2. Henry Simpson picks up a nice little wave out in front. The battle's still there of that of Great Britain and also that of France.
Japan running down strongly.
And they'll lead the point score up the day 2 as well, maximising points of 20 points here. Henry Simpson for that of Team Australia. South Africa in 2nd. As we can see, looks like Team Japan on split screen right-hand side. Simpson just playing it safe. Trying to pull out the top of this one as well. And it's challenging conditions, they're sure, with that wind swirl, isn't it? Oh, trouble for Simpson. Probably want to execute that a little bit better. Try and curl around. Simpson, all of a sudden, South Africa coming around. He's trying to stay composed because South Africa is coming through. I think he's close enough and good enough. He's still got an M shape to go in about, but he's in licorice all sorts at the moment. Around he goes on the M shape. Simpson finally gets it together for the second part of the M shape.
Pedal there by the
Must be
center.
challenging, that little hole. You see the water drawing out as well to the shore.
Yeah, she's done a really South African athlete on screen. She's done a really great job. You know, she doesn't give up too much distance, and that that wave, it wasn't small, so she's done really, really well to control that. And as we heard this morning, they do love the wind, and you can really see that she feels really comfortable. She's grabbed that ski, ran that along really, really well. So it's she's got to get going, because I think she might have Great Britain not far behind.
Yeah, big movers, and that's we talk about the disciplines and the genders of the disciplines as well. Great Britain are on a flyer. South Africa, this is the battle now. We spoke about third and fourth of Great Britain and France. All of a sudden now it's Great Britain pushing up in towards that second place of South Africa. She'll sneak through this one. Henry Simpson looks safe out in front at the moment, with all things being equal. But the big battle is in second and third place. Can South Africa hold on, or will Great Britain sneak up and steal it at the death? Big decisions, time to be made here for both these competitors.
I think it's going to come down very, very close. And the runners, I hope, are on the beach and looking out and getting warmed up and ready to go, because they might have a sprint finish on the line. So I know the crowd would love that. The athletes probably wouldn't love that.
This is good. It's the hunter versus the hunted. And I probably like third place at Great Britain at the moment. The reason being because you can see where you are. Now, obviously the South African, she's working thinking, am I going hard enough? It's a tough position to be in, isn't it? You're working so hard, but in the back of your mind, you know you would have passed him in that transition of the M shape as well, knowing that Great Britain are breathing down the neck of South Africa. Australia goes round in one, looking comfortable. They'll ride the swells to victory. But the battle for me is in position 2 and 3. And if we just pan out, we can see there at the moment that Great Britain and that of could be potentially France. France have come from the clouds. They've come from fourth, chasing that of second. Great Britain now back into fourth. So if they're in a trains at the moment, this is good. What a finale to the Youth Mixed Ocean Lifesaver Relay. And around they go, say, don't have a boat peak. Do not look. Just go. Keep it simple. Maintain that boat speed and chase as much in the ocean as you can. Great battle for second, third and fourth.
When she had a little peek there, not only could she see one athlete, she saw 3 coming at her. So she's really going to have to get moving and just aim for that runner. But here we have Australia on screen. Here we go. She's just been taken over by France at the moment. So South Africa, she'll have to do her best and hopefully get a wave that she got on the first M-shaped leg.
It is a massive paddle. Now, I say that's Fredonnet Jules. That's Jules from France. He has paddled the house down in the mixed open Lifesaver Relay. Up in the second, Jules. What a performance on the chase, South Africa. Remember, if she can match on a wave, it'll come down the run leg. And talk about run leg, it's Misha Boniface from Team Australia. They will take out the victory and maximise their 20 points for the overall point score. Congratulations, Team Australia, our champions of the Youth Mixed Ocean Lifesaver Relay.
And she'll want to put her feet up and have a big... and here we
This
have...
is big. Great Britain fighting back on the right. South Africa as well. It's a race in 3. Great Britain have come from 4. France fighting back down bottom of screen as well. It's a transition. And all now comes... I like the position here of France at the moment. I think they're the shortest run leg. France, I think, will stay in position 2. Great Britain sneaks up into 3. South Africa in 4.
Oh, look at this, how close it is. She really
the treadmill.
was. Yes.
I love it. France, what a moment. Great Britain and South Africa, hold your head high. What a performance. And New Zealand back in 5th.
Oh, what a finish that was. You can hear the teams all cheering. We hear a little horn in the background there. It's all happening down there. But France, they really just had it look like the better line cutting through there. So it's, wow. The magic is all happening, isn't it?
It's the magic of a mixed event of males and females.
I like that.
Playing to your strengths. It is good. And great job to International Lifesaving Federation in putting their Surf Sports Committee, putting these events together. And the crowd, they love this event. And no better way to finish. You see Team Ireland, what a day. What a day. They've got the best accent as well, the Irish, haven't they? Love. Even Ali Day said the same. He said, and Matt Bevilacqua earlier today, I should say, Bevy said, I could listen to them all day.
Yes.
The Irish, which is great to see. And you see them coming in and wrapping up. It's been a phenomenal day of racing. But we're down the beach with our final runner and our champion, Misha Boniface.
Thanks, Ty. Misha, what an amazing finish to an amazing day for you.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's very tough. Those 4 run legs, having to run at the start and running each time through the transition, it's pretty tough for you.
Pretty tough because I'm not a water competitor, so running in the water is a bit strenuous.
And how was that event for you? Obviously, you had some of the European teams chasing you down there, France, South Africa, and also Great Britain.
It was really good, really fun.
And for your teammates, they got you off to a flying start, didn't they?
Yeah, they did all the work. It was amazing.
Well done. Back to you in the booth. Congratulations to Australia on taking out the youth Lifesaver relay.
Yeah, great job, Team Australia, Misha there, and also Grant. And look at the crowd, look at the atmosphere in what has been a great day too. On the final day of the Ocean, before they head to the pool as well. And Team Japan come in, haven't they performed exceptionally well? And a shout out to Team Japan and their coaches and management of the youth team and all countries that are represented. And the smiles say it all. There's the ability to walk away from the ocean and the experiences and the friendships that's been developed over the last 2 days. Would have been a few nerves 2 days ago coming in, and now they've survived the ocean. It's still testing conditions here at Kawa, but the experience, they'll walk away. Team Spain now coming in the finish, and another great performance as well. But so many highlights from today, Gords, and we get to do it again next 2 days with that to the Opens.
We certainly do. I'm so excited. Yeah, it doesn't finish here. We don't get to go on that downer just to yet. We've got a few more days, and yeah, as you said, all these athletes should be so proud of themselves. You know, they're super young as well. This is the youth. We're not talking about Open yet. We're talking about youth, and some of these competitors, some of them have never even been in surf before because they don't get the surf from where they're from. So to come out here, and you know, there might have been a little bit of fear, but they've done themselves proud. They've done their teams proud, their country proud, and look here, isn't this just fantastic? We've got a sprint finish actually on, might be potentially between Canada and, we'll just get the other cap, and Spain.
Great, but look at giving it all as well. Well done to Spain, well done to Canada.
It's been a big day.
It's been a massive day. We see the other teams going through and finishing off with their final ski as well. And the conditions we spoke about change as well, become a little more challenging, just like Team Denmark coming through as well. They've had another great day. Some phenomenal swimmers in the Denmark team. Oh, this will be a tough wave to hold. Very, very tough wave to hold in the shore break. And he has done a phenomenal job on his race 1 surf craft as well. So they're challenging craft, the old skis, aren't they?
They are, certainly. And a lot of these competitors are not on their ski. They train every single day. You can see the competitor now. I think he's got a borrowed ski. It's a little bit long for him in the legs, and he's managed that really, really well. But it's it's certainly challenging the ski, and being on a borrowed ski is even harder. So they've done so well, and it's been as we said, our word magic is definitely going to be the word that we're going to use and finish off for today. Absolutely.
I like that, and it's been a great, as we said, great day. And we're heading, for those who are joining us on the YouTube, we're just around just after 3:30 p.m. on the Friday afternoon here on the beautiful Gold Coast. We've got a few more competitors come through and finish. What a great job they've done as well. In testing conditions, this event doesn't go ahead without great sponsors, Tourism Events Queensland, Australia's Gold Coast, the Queensland Government for their great support, Risk Intelligence, the Curra Surf Pub, the Ampole, Race 1 and Event Code. Listen to the highlights of this great event. It's the mixed Ocean Relay, but the results that they stand for the top 7, Team Australia led from start to finish. Team France, what a performance in the last ski league for Team France. Great Britain, South Africa, New Zealand, Ireland and that of the USA rounding out the top 7 of the youth mixed ocean lifesaver relay. And the highlights we see, this is a full day highlight, and what a magnificent day it has been. We started this morning with that of the ski, then ventured into all the other craft, not only the water, but also the beach as well. And Captain Raywood, what a performance. Undefeated in individual race in the last 2 days as well.
Yeah, she really led her country right from the start. And this was one of the highlights from the day, wasn't it? And look at Jasmine Raywood. She was in front. She didn't have that momentum, but she did not give up. And here she comes through, and she went, as she says, her worst leg. I don't think she has a weakness, but she came through, and she really, I love the claim. I love the way she spoke, and she really led her country from the start.
It's the ability to reset when they came through on a wave, and this is Ethan Callaghan. The ability, we talk about different moments in races. It was the execution here. This is the greatest moment. Left-hand side, where the carnage in the centre, but South Africa, Matt Brady. That is one of the emotional highlights of my day. And that got the confidence ball rolling, because not only we had the board rescue to follow, Another emotional win from Team Spain here, coming through and taking out that of Team Spain. What a win from Team Spain. The ability to come home, very similar to Ethan Cullen on the board. They turned in fourth to paddle their way to victory. And an emotional win. The board race in particular of racing, getting across that little shoreline gutter we saw as well. Oh, what a moment it's been. What a day it's been. It is day 2 and a wrap-up of the day 2 of the Lifesaving World Championships here at Kurrawa Beach for that of the youth. They'll now go over the pool. Tomorrow we will be back on Kurrawa Beach with that of the Opens. So much excitement in the sand and also in the water as well. On behalf of myself, Ty Dowker and Courtney Hancock, it has been a magnificent day. But do not go anywhere, because we'll be back tomorrow with more action of the Opens, of the teams, the Lifesaving World Championships. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.